or order online at oreganos.com. Oreganos, 30 years of timeless classics.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Guys are hot.
Fox Sports 910.
A good Thursday to you. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B and Jackson and Ben. We got you for the next 3 hours here from Twin Peaks on Camelback in Phoenix. And it's got a lot of college basketball going on right now. The Big 12 tournament, Big East tournament, had a buzzer beater with Marquette and St. John's. Just so much going on, and we are with you, as I said, for the next 3 hours to talk some sports and some guy stuff, like pop culture. We're going to have some fun today. I'm kind of going off the grid. I'm kind of going off the grid? The grid a little bit today.
Well, you got to take it easy on me because walking in here, I sprained my ankle.
Oh, geez. So that was before the show.
Yeah, before
about
the show.
10 minutes?
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes ago. Yeah, if you've been hiding under, you know what, Kevin Durant, his debut did not happen. As we get into the top stories today, brought to you by Casino Arizona and the CAC Sportsbook. But I will tell you this. It was interesting because I got a phone call at about 6:52.
Okay.
And some friends that are at the game were like, "Hey, Kevin Durant just sprained his ankle," and I was pissed because I got it at 13.
Oh yeah.
So it was just a big spread.
Sure. Yeah.
So I was happy.
Yeah.
But then again, I was like going to be happier because then I'm like, all right, KD's not in, so I put more money down in that 3 minutes. And lost my freaking
my God.
I mean, I did more. I did a couple $100, which I never bet for an NBA game.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm like 50, right?
You're pretty confident, Roc.
Well, think about it. The spread was like 11.
Sure.
And I take that bet, and then I jumped on it again since I heard. I'm like, well, maybe I'll get it before the sports book does. and the line hadn't changed yet. Mm-hmm. It still was there. So the news didn't get out because the game hadn't started.
Yes.
Right.
Because a lot of people didn't realize until, hey, Torrey Craig gets introduced, right? So everybody's like, what the? So I don't know what the spread ended up being, if any of you guys know, at game time.
I didn't
but,
check it.
I mean, it got as high as 13.5.
It was still 11. It was 11.5.
Okay, 11.5.
Right,
that's what I got as 11.5.
And Jax was there at the game.
Oh, you were there. Okay.
He was at the game. So break it down for us.
Well, so people showed up early, like 2 hours ahead of time.
Oh, shit.
Is what I saw on Twitter. And then obviously the buzz.
You saw on Twitter, but you were there.
Well, I showed up 30 minutes before. I didn't show up 2 hours before.
Yeah,
so I showed up. Katie warmed up like 10 minutes before I got out there. Buzz was going around about maybe like 2 minutes before the whole team warms up. I found out the news. And then right when the team starts going out for warm-ups is when people start turning their heads like, where's KD?
Yeah.
Well, where's KD? And then obviously some people were like, oh, maybe he's just, stretching in the back, or maybe he just comes in last.
Extra treatment.
Exactly. And then people didn't realize it until Torrey Craig was announced. That's when people started not fuming, but I luckily I wasn't the ones that paid $500 or $600 or $1,000 to, see Kevin Durant. But, it was definitely a different swing. But, hey, Devin Booker showed out and kind of, solidified. But
unfortunately, that's not the narrative today.
Yeah,
it's all about KD not playing at home.
I mean,
I have tickets for Saturday night, so I was like, oh, well, maybe maybe that's always reasons. It's going to be a big day on Saturday. But no, I want to say this though. I mean, we'll get into this quite a bit today. But when it comes to the Kevin Durant naysayers, they are loving this.
Oh yes,
like I was talking to people before the game, and one in particular guy who actually works in this industry. And he goes, "That's one of the worst trades that everyone's done. This is such a bad trade. They're they have an opportunity to win it this year, and that's it. His age, Paul's age, giving up all those draft picks, and I weigh on that side sometimes too. Sure, and I understand, I respect their opinion, but they were just beating it up, right? And I'm like, guys, this. Have you seen the 3 games? I mean, absolutely. He fits. It's going to work. and then this goes down.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing reports, and some of the reports you're seeing, like on AZ Central, they could be out with a grade 2 ankle,
Right.
sprain. They'll be out for the rest of the season, which could mean bleed into the playoffs. Then what do you say?
Yeah.
Well, I think
Because you got to admit, the window is small. It is not 4 years
yeah, they've got
with the age of these guys and the fact that he has missed more games in his career than played.
Okay, that's a chance you take. And I think that's you bet on the come when you get something like that. And I think this is a great opportunity to bet on that come, that he's that guy that pretty much can help them or will get them over the top, get a rolled ankle. Thank God it wasn't a knee sprain or anything like that. When you say, I think a little sensational journalism in there sometimes. I
Sure.
say it's a 2-degree sprain,
Right.
whatever. Okay, he moved around. He shot around for another, 5 or 6 minutes.
He did. He finished his routine.
And I thought what you said, Jimmy, before the show, that maybe the adrenaline, he was
Yeah.
still pumped up. So I think within the next couple of days, MRI, ice, jacuzzi, rest, boot, whatever. He said he walked out with a boot.
He did.
We've seen a lot of guys walk with a boot and then play. We saw that with the kid from the Sun Devils last night, point guard.
Oh, yeah.
He walked in before the game with a
He
boot
did.
on.
Yeah, he did.
Played
And
fine last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
I mean, the modern medicine works miracles. Look, I've looked at the video so many times, and yeah, he definitely turned it over. And I can tell you, because I've done that playing basketball, and it freaking hurts. But after just a couple of days, if the swelling goes down, you start to feel a whole lot better.
Sure.
So I'm kind of concerned when they say, well, the report now is he may not play anymore through the rest of the regular season.
Well, they haven't released anything.
No,
that was just
they
an
haven't.
assumption by
Yeah.
AZ Central,
Yeah.
just to get clicks, in my opinion. But also, what I was interested by is that KD kept warming up after,
he did,
Yes,
yeah.
that's what I said.
so that's not a concern.
Yeah, and again, it could be adrenaline, it could be whatever, but he moved around. He wasn't gimpy.
No.
I mean, a lot of guys, if they roll it bad,
Yeah,
they're limping around right now.
they're done.
But the way he rolled it, it seemed like, and you look back, he's had several ankle sprains over the years, like a lot of them have. But as long as he wasn't limping off the court, he was able to walk. Okay, so if he's got to miss a couple, 2-3 games, you've got 16 games left, and he gets back with a week and feels pretty good. Tape it up, put an Excedrin on the bad boy, you're good to go.
Well, what if after this MRI, which he's had already, I'm sure, it does show a grade 2 sprain?
Okay, get him ready for the playoffs. Make sure he's good to go.
You guys
Give it
have a couple weeks. No big deal. I mean,
Brock, it's all about the playoffs, man. It is
okay, but
all
they got
about
to get
the
there, and they
playoffs.
got to get a good seed. They could get it. They could if they all of a sudden start losing some games and they call it falling down. I'm not drinking the freaking Phoenix Suns Kool-Aid like everybody else is yet. Show me you
I
can
got
win in
plenty
the
here
playoffs.
for you. I got here.
I know a lot of you guys do, and it's fine. But it's like let's show us Phoenix Suns that you could get to the playoffs and you could get to the finals and you could win.
Well, that's what we're hoping for. I'm not
There's
guaranteeing.
no guarantees. I mean, there's only been one guarantee in this town, and that was when Jerry Colangelo, built that Diamondbacks team
Sure.
in 2001. That was it. He bought that team to win in 1 year.
1 year. That's
And
it.
that made a world of difference in this market when
Sure.
it came to sports and sports fans.
And to your point, Sacramento, then we're going to probably vie for that number 2 seed now when you think about it. They're coming
Yeah.
to town Saturday.
Not concerned about Sacramento.
I'm not either, but all I'm going to say is, look, this team went in 64 games last year without KD, set a franchise record, got into the playoffs, got by the first round, barely, and then the second round, and then you get to go against Dallas, and they got outcoached, they got outplayed. Okay, they can compete with anybody without Kevin Durant. He's just that added force that I feel will get them to the Western Conference Finals. Hopefully get them to the playoffs, and hopefully get them to the final NBA final and win that game. It's a much better bet on the come than anything else that they've got on that team right now.
But if Greg Moore from the Republic, and if he's right, it's 4 to 6 weeks.
If
I'm just you can only go by the information that you're given.
I'm
okay?
waiting for the Suns to come out with their information.
Yeah.
And we'll see what they have to say with the MRI. Is it a two grade sprain? Is it a 3? Whatever. If there's ligament damage or slight ligament tear or slight ligament this or that, then I go, okay, 4 to 6 weeks sounds about good. Because I've had it where I've had it rolled where I've had a slight ligament stretch, and it took a good 3, 4, 5 weeks. I just taped the hell out of it and just played. But those are things, if there's any kind of ligament damage or tendon damage, then you're a little concerned.
3 minutes.
But as long as he's ready to go, I'm like, okay, whatever seed you're at, let's go. You got the full bore. KD's in there. Let's go play. Let's get it on from there.
Some other news. D-backs off today. so they got a nice day off, which is nice. They made it official, that being the Cardinals, as Robbie Anderson's been released.
The chosen, Robbie. The chosen. Robbie
Why
Anderson.
give in to that BS?
What a joke.
Seriously, it's media guys like you two that are saying, correcting me when I say his name, Robbie. I.e.,
I'm being facetious, Rock.
instead of chosen.
It's so ridiculous. I'm being facetious as it oozes out of my tone.
It's just not that funny, Manuch.
Yeah, it's like
ASU, nice win over Oregon State last night to advance in the Pac-12 as they won 63-57 in Vegas.
What an ugly second half.
Big game tonight with Stanford, who beat Utah. They'll face Arizona. We'll have a preview in the second hour on that. And then the Yotes host Nashville tonight to close out their 4-game homestand in Tempe, as they're 1-1-1 after they blew out St. Louis 6-2 the other night. So they remain well out of the playoff picture with a 22-32-10 record.
Well, NAU hopes came dashing down last night. Had a chance to watch the second half of both ASU and NAU.
Did you really? I'm glad you had time to do that.
Yeah, well, I got home after Jimmy told me he dropped the bomb on me.
I did.
He dropped some knowledge on me. I'm getting ready to get home after training the guys going, holy crap. I can't say what he actually said.
Yeah, right.
KD's out. I went, what are you talking about? Yeah, he rolled his ankle. I said, are you kidding me? So watch the second half of both that NAU game and ASU, and the NAU game, 4 straight turnovers to start the second half. It's pretty much game, set, match by the Bobcats of Montana State. And then the ASU Oregon State game. Just what an ugly second half. Fortunately, the Devils win that game with some very suspect shooting, but that was a bad
game.
Oregon.
It's a bad game.
Bad game overall. So hope the Devils can get it together against the USC tonight.
Hey, Spend Championship Weekend in Houston. Your chance to win tickets to the NCAA Championship Weekend in Houston is right now. You got to visit Casino Arizona's Instagram page. That's at Casino Arizona, all written out, and look for the post that announced the giveaway. Like the post, comment with your pick on who you think is going to win the national championship, and tag friends on the Instagram account. So follow both Casino Arizona and the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B page, which is Roc and Manuch Radio. They're both Instagram pages. The prize includes 6 game tickets. That's 2 for each game on Saturday and 2 for Monday. 3-night stay at a Marriott in downtown Houston, and we're going to give you some spending money. So it's that easy. All the information is up on our website at Roc and Manuch. Well, ESPN's First Take issues a correction on the Kendrick Perkins racial bias allegation. We talked about it yesterday. We'll give you an update on that, plus some sounds of the night, including a wild ending at Madison Square Garden in the Big East tournament. It's our Valley Chevy Sounds of the Night coming up as we are just getting started here at Twin Peaks in Camelback.
Sun Devil Hockey finishes the inaugural season at Mullet Arena this weekend, and Saturday is senior night. Join us at 6:30 on Friday and Saturday for ASU and LIU here on Fox Sports 910, the home of Sun Devil Hockey.
Home shopping? You'll need a pre-approval letter. Call GC Global Capital, and you can get pre-approved in minutes. Call 480-397-9300. Free second opinions and comparisons. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about insurance companies over the years, and it's really simple. They don't care about you. That's it. Insurance companies are publicly traded companies who have an obligation to their shareholders to deliver profits. They have teams of investigators, adjusters, and lawyers all working against you from the moment you call them, and they want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. Hurt in a wreck? Don't be a victim of the insurance companies. Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
They say there are two things you can't avoid, death and taxes, but they don't know about AC Doctors Heating and Cooling. I have an AC Doctors air filtration system, a new AC, and I work out, so I'm a doctor of sorts. I might live forever. And taxes? Well, I just had a brand new AC unit installed with a $2,000 federal tax credit, not to mention thousands of dollars in rebates, discounts, and utility savings. So do what the doctor ordered. An apple a day, and call AC Doctors at 602-767-7435.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't been paying attention that much to it.
Wanted to learn Spanish, but I never
but I think I have heard at least one.
I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun.
But I'll
They
keep
only
a better
take
ear
like
out
10 or
and let you
15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native
I wasn't here yesterday,
pronunciation.
and then this morning on Jody's show, I'm always
There's no faster,
throwing things
easier,
together in
better
the
way,
break.
man.
Babbel.
So I wasn't really paying
Go to
attention. I was just looking at the
babbel.com to
time.
try for free. That's
I'll keep an ear out.
babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Yeah, it's very irritating.
More sports, more Jody. The Drive with
Makes it hard to
Jody
know what
Ayler.
we can move
now
around.
in morning, 6
But I
to
don't make
10
them.
on
I think
Fox
it's
Sports
Aaron
910.
or Darren.
Every Thursday
For
we
the
are.
Valley Chevy dealers.
You're good.
top
You weren't
plays
hot.
of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to Valley Chevy.
All right, you guys are hot. 5 seconds.
Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
We're going to go out to a wild one last night, the Big East tournament between DePaul and Seton Hall. Seton Hall had just gone the length of the court, and the guy had his shot rejected at the buzzer by one of the DePaul players, but the call on the floor was goaltending, which would have meant a Seton Hall victory. However, upon review, it was called a clean block, and DePaul gets the win. Here's how it all went down. It was craziness there at Madison Square Garden in New York.
Look out. Bonacali at the buzzer. It's rejected. They scored the goal. They scored the goal.
Oh, my goodness. It was in the cylinder. Bill, remember, anywhere in that cylinder. It's still in play. Oh. If it's above the rim, it's technically inside the cylinder. He's in the air, too. Yep. That's all that needs to happen. If the ball is above the rim and inside the cylinder, you count the basket. That's part of the shot, by the way. Yep. It comes down to tenths of a second and where the ball was when it was rejected. Right there. That's not in the cylinder. That would be DePaul victory. But there, inside that cylinder, that's a basket. Wouldn't want to be Evan Burrows, Brent Hampton. Game's over. Walden. It is DePaul. You're right. It is DePaul. Tony, stop.
Tough loss for Seton Hall. They go home. They blew a 9-point second-half lead, 5-point edge in the final minute. Coach Holloway, his first year at Seton Hall, he had led St. Peter's in that magical Elite 8 run back in the 2023 NCAA tournament. So there is our Valley Chevy sounds of the night. I do want to play one more. It's a quick one, as I don't know if many of you are watching the World Baseball Classic. I'm not.
Not really.
Not at all. There's no buzz for me. Maybe that'll change when we get closer, and we'll see how Team USA does. I mean, it sounds like a lot of people are on the Netherlands, that they got a pretty good squad. But here's Mike Trout, who got plunked in his first at bat for Team USA.
Look out. Oh, and he hits Trout.
It was short.
It was quick.
You ain't so bad. I'm going to plunk you.
Yeah.
We're not afraid of you, America. You got so bad. We're going to plunk you and just let you know we're here to play, man.
So yesterday, this time, if you were joining us, we were talking about Kendrick Perkins, J.J. Redick. They were involved in this tense argument during ESPN's First Take. And it was essentially over NBA voters having a racial bias towards white players. And we all took our sides and things of that sort. But ESPN actually retracted and actually apologized for the comments from Kendrick Perkins, something ESPN does not do very often. And I'm going to give them credit for doing this, but here's how here's the apology that went down yesterday.
I want to correct something here from yesterday's show. When Kendrick Perkins said 80% of NBA voters for the MVP award are white, the NBA publicly announces the voters each year. And after review, it is clear the panel is much more diverse than what was portrayed by Kendrick Perkins. And we wanted to make sure that we corrected that today.
Thank you, Molly.
I
wish they would get rid of her. I hate to say that, and it's not nice to say in this industry, in this business.
What don't you like about
She's annoying as hell.
Oh.
She really is. Just let Stephen A. talk. Let him. They don't need a moderator.
I would agree
if
with that.
Stephen
I
A's
agree with
there,
that, Rock.
it's not just Molly. It's whoever's in that seat.
Yes, I agree.
But she just, I know she has a job to drive the show.
She does.
But she's not the talent at all. She's just a figurehead. Like, they have to have that token female in there, right? All right. Now iHeart needs to do apologies for Mike Morocco, what he's saying about that. But no, seriously, she is annoying. It's like that voice. And just let the guys go at it. And, let them box it out.
So
we don't need a ref.
So are you opposed to the all-female crew from yesterday then, too? Or not?
What are you talking about?
They had Women's Day.
Oh,
and they did
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
It's not the fact
Molly,
she's
it's
female.
Not a woman thing, Jimmy.
It's her.
Okay, I'm just checking.
It's just her
voice,
her
her
voice,
tone? Okay.
or how she wants to pop in and give us some information that is not pertinent to what the two guys are talking
See, Jimmy,
about.
you're intimating that Rock is because.
No, that's why you said I was going to have to file a complaint.
Jimmy's trying to get the show to be Jimmy and B and Manuch. My Lord, Jimmy.
No, I wasn't. I was
goes.
just asking the question. That's all.
It's just one of those things where it's not right for talk show hosts to talk negative about other talk show hosts.
Well, here's the
but
thing.
I'm sorry, when you watch that show, she just needs to stop. Like, Manuch is trying to chime in right now. He just needs to stay in his place. Let me finish my point.
Okay.
Just like Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
You like him or not, he goes on and on, but he had some valid points. There's a reason why he makes $8 million a year.
That's
There's a
right.
reason why that show's rated so high. But she just tends to get in the way. And it's like I think in sports we have to be so damn politically correct that we have to have that token person. In most cases, it's a female for some reason. Why is sideline reporters all female? For the most part. Why?
That is a very good
And
question.
how important is it for us fans to know what the coach just said, the 30 seconds he gives that sideline reporter walking to the locker room or walking back from the locker room at halftime? We don't need that. Yeah. The color guy and the play-by-play guy can give me just as much as whoever that sideline reporter is.
I think that sometimes I feel she chimes in just for sake she's there. She's got to say something.
That's exactly what she's doing.
And I'm like, no, you don't need to. Let them go at it. You can, we go to commercial break, whatever. All right, guys, we got to go to break or whatever. If she's got something good to say, well, hold on. How about this, this, and this? Or in that case, hey, Kendrick, you realize, how do you know that the majority of the voters, 80%, are white or whatever? I think they covered for him because he was intimating.
Totally did.
He was intimating that those five or those three individuals he talked about who didn't lead in scoring, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, and Larry Bird, was all about, well, since they're white, they're going to get the nod. Versus, no, that's not true, Kendrick. 80%, because there's 5 out of the 30 MVPs. The other 25 were black.
Black, yeah.
So that wasn't even, they were just kind of covering. Well, the fact is over 80% of our voters are diverse versus your comment about them citing black versus white. That was his whole concept. And that's why J.J. Redick was like, wait a second.
He jumped
time
up.
out.
J.J. was awesome.
He was terrific.
Great.
I just love it that he actually challenged him.
Yeah, he did.
And in most cases, Kendrick would normally win. But I'm glad that he held his ground. And again, ESPN normally doesn't come out and have a statement like that. And I'm glad they did. I would have rather heard it from Kendrick, not Molly.
I'm with
That's who needed to say it.
I'm with you.
And take it. You know, a lot of talk show hosts, even us included, you know, we say things sometimes we regret, sometimes we make mistakes, you know, but own up to it.
Yeah,
own up to it.
And I think for Kendrick Perkins, whether he wants to put it, look, I thought it was misconstrued what I said just yesterday. Let me clarify what I said, whether it's the truth or not.
Yeah.
Coming from him.
Or
to
say it's my opinion.
bad. Exactly. Whatever.
See, if it's your opinion, it's your opinion.
Yeah.
You know, we're listening, we're watching because we value these guys' opinions for whatever reason. And now Molly's I don't, but I do the other two. And for whoever the guest is with Stephen A.
For JJ, I'd come back. Okay, so based on what? How many guys or gals were voting on that to base their opinion? And by the way, they don't have to be the leading top 10 scorers to be the MVP in the NBA on top of that.
Correct.
I just want to know why these networks feel that they have to have that middle person, that driver. You know, the same thing with Fox and Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. They have a person there doing the same thing.
Yeah, but she only chimes in at the very beginning and at the end of the segment.
That's why it's not annoying.
Yeah.
But when they have Molly sitting there trying to be part of the conversation, when there's too many people, you know, it's tough. We know it. Three people, you know, all trying to get your opinion in. When you really want to hear Stephen A. and whoever their A guest is, because they, you know, when it was Michael Irvin, it was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and he's in a little trouble. But you know, when they bring in some of those A guests, and Kendrick Perkins is one of those A guests. But man, he stirred it.
Yes, he did.
But the thing about ESPN, what they're so good at, they're able to kind of quiet down the narrative really fast.
I would agree
really
with that.
fast. Hey, our Valley Chevy Sounds of the Night are brought to you by Valley Chevy, of course. Your Valley Chevy dealers serving the Valley for over 80 years. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. Head to valleychevy.com. Well, WWE is in talks with state gambling regulators to legalize betting on scripted match results. Does that make sense?
No.
Legalize betting on scripted match results. Now, I know, Manuch, you still think WWE is real. But we're going to talk to the sports professor, Rick Horrow, next, kind of break this down along with some other big stories in the sports world as we continue from Twin Peaks on Camelback. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Hey, Rock, I meant to tell you, the Twin Peaks liner.
10 Phoenix.
The one that...
The Suns are awaiting the results of Kevin Durant's MRI.
Hey, I meant to tell you the Twin Peaks liner is the one that I found is like it's saying that you guys are there to watch Thursday Night Football.
Arizona facing Stanford and ASU taking on USC.
All right, cool. I'm just making sure that you know that. So that when I don't play it is all.
Versus Seattle in the quarterfinals. Ex-Cardinals offensive lineman Kelvin Beachum said quarterback Kyler Murray doesn't lack for leadership.
Oh no, I'm not gonna delete it. I'm just gonna take it out of the log.
On the ice, the Coyotes wrap up their 4-game homestand as they take.
I will likely have Aaron do that.
On Fox Sports 910.
Yeah, because I don't have access to actually grabbing it, so I'll have to have Aaron do it.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale.
I can see it, but I can't grab it.
Trivia.
It's in the actual like archives. You can't. It's not like in the computer, if that makes sense.
Sports viewing, off-track bet.
And Aaron, I think is the only one that has access to like the logs and stuff like that because he makes them.
The results are official. Lerner and Rowe has won again, being voted best personal injury law.
I'll send him an email about it today.
We'd like to thank everyone who voted, making Lerner and Rowe the people's choice for personal injury. What makes this so popular? We've helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries.
I'm assuming you guys want them for wherever you guys are at. I would probably not put the name in, like the name of the day in it. Though.
Call us today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Right Toyota.
Yeah, I can do that. Let me call Rick first.
In the state of Arizona ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all
plus extended release B vitamins.
The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Time to talk about the business side of sports. Leading expert in the business of sports. Author of the new bestseller, The Sport Business Handbook. Host of Power of Sports and architect of over 100
10 seconds, you guys are hot.
worth billions in sports. The sports professor, Rick Horrow, joins Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
Rick Horrow joins us now on the right Twitter guest line. How we doing, Rick? Where are you at on this beautiful Thursday afternoon?
I'm watching a whole bunch of basketball before I head to the Players tomorrow. And it's what a great time of year, right? Hundreds of basketball games. Next week, I'm going to Orlando and Albany and New York for the regionals and then the Final Four. So, and I'll mix in a few spring training games just because I need my fix of those.
Man, it's got to be rough. I mean, how do you keep it all together, Rick? I just don't know how you do it because I don't think any of us could handle that type of schedule. That just seems like that's just too much work.
And to get paid for it?
It's let me rack this up and send it to the IRS. And, all the deductions will look really good after going on national radio and telling people that I'm doing nothing but working. And it is. I mean, this is hard work. It's hard to watch 9 basketball games at the same time.
So as the Madness of March is here and we are getting ready to with Selection Sunday and March Madness brackets and everything like that. Last year, I think it was $3.1 billion is the number I saw that was bet across all of March Madness. Do you expect that number to be a lot higher now with so many states now legalizing online betting or in-person betting?
My validated guess after talking to a few people is about 25% higher than last year, maybe 30% higher.
Wow.
And that's A, because more people are betting. B, more states are allowing it. C, it's easier to feel like you're mainstream if you're betting as opposed to, going into the bathroom and sneaking a remote bet. And then D, this tournament will lend itself to a lot more competitive betting. I think the spreads are going to be smaller, just because there's more parity. And I also think this is not one team that's much better than any other. So, my Final Four picks are Houston, Purdue, Duke, and Northwestern. How's that? Rick, that's stupid.
Yes.
Northwestern has never been in a watch, man. Did you say yes? So this is stupid? Is that what you just said?
I'll make that bet.
Did you say that? You'll take that bet?
I'll take that bet.
I'm not betting you because I'm not doing it because even if I win, you're never going to pay me. There's going to be moths that are going to be flying out of your pocket.
You know me well.
So, Rick, when you think of those teams on the bubble and those that make it in and those that don't, I mean, just talk about the dollars and cents, just kind of ballpark what that means to make it and then not to make it. Even if you're even playing the play-in game out of 16, you're 64 at the start of the tournament. What kind of money, dollars and cents minimum are we talking?
Well, remember, the conference championships, you control your own revenue and keep it in the conference. The distribution formula is up to each conference, but at least you keep it there. And so there's a lot of sellouts. MSG is going to sell out that building, and what's going to happen is you're going to have a whole lot of dollars in revenue and TV and sponsorships. And then, on the other hand, as you all know, the NCAA tournament allocates its dollars based on wins the previous year. So, you have a number of points ascribed by for each conference win. And like Duke and North Carolina, 2 teams in the Final Four last year, the ACC gets a lot of money this year. But you can really plan on more stability money from the conference tournament than the NCAA tournament. The answer for the NCAA tournament, just keep winning. Your conference will make more money if you win.
I think it's interesting because you see some of these colleges coming out of the this conference over here, if it's Bangor, Maine Tech, or whatever, and you're the only school, like I said, the WAC. They're only going to take one team. The Big Sky going to take one team, Montana State heading for that. not getting a chance to win much, but the one guy or one team sneaks in the back door. You listen to that process, and it ain't going to be that much money because all these other teams have got several teams in from their conference.
Well, but it's all relative. So, the budgets are smaller, the sponsorship is smaller, the TV dollars are smaller. You only get one and maybe two from your conference. You get the conference championship game winner, and you may get another bid if you're really interesting for you guys to follow. Florida Atlantic University has been in the top 20 for this year. They're in Sun Belt. It's taken Palm Beach County by storm, but they're not. They'll get it. They'll get an automatic bid if they win the tournament. But they're one of the few teams that, frankly, from a small who are they conference, that probably will get a bid even if they don't go deep in the tournament. But that is few and far between. And so, like you said, it's the teams that are on the bubble. Look at North Carolina. If they win, and I don't know how you do this, but North Carolina plays Virginia tonight. If they win, they look like they're in better position because they killed Boston College last night. But there's a lot of drama just getting in, and then the cities that are going to have the regionals this year are going to get the economic impact, and certainly some cities that have not had regionals for a while: Albany, New York, Columbus, Ohio.
So when you look at the marketing dollars, the commercial money throughout the NCAA tournament, Jim, obviously we look at the Super Bowl and you see the big dollars and cents there. And I don't know, maybe a percentage it increases 5, 10, 15, 20% every year. Does that happen also when the NCAA start? Are those marketing dollars also being increased? Maybe not to that level, but let's say an ad is $30,000 for 4 weeks or $40,000. Are those exponentially growing as well too?
Yeah, and you're asking as a marketing expert. I know you're talking about sponsorship value.
Yes,
and Final Four numbers go up 5 to 10% on a regular basis. The Super Bowl we're more aware of because the bell cow is that 30-second commercial, and everybody likes to say, is it $5 million? Is it $6 million? But there's a whole lot of other stuff that goes on. And the pillar foundation sponsors for the tournament have been Powerade, / the Pepsi brands, Capital One, for example, and Gatorade, Nike, but not many. So they're trying to keep the clutter down for the main sponsors so they can keep the prices up.
I want to get back to some gambling. With all your travels, you may have seen the story, you may not have, but WWE is in talks with state gambling regulators to legalize betting on scripted match results. Scripted match results.
I saw that.
This can't happen, can it, Rick? I mean,
well, yeah. I will tell you this. This is one of those big questions you prepared for me, but
Yep.
I've been asked it 10 times in the last couple of days. People can't believe what they're reading.
Correct.
When I was but a boy, you remember Haystack Calhoun?
Absolutely,
And some
I
of the
remember
guys where we were all trying to figure out whether wrestling was fake or not. Well, there's no pretense to that. So scripted, by its very definition, means are you going to put money on something that has been fixed, but fixed legally? I don't know how people can try to claim that they should spend money based on the entertainment value of all of this. I guess the argument is we're not going to leak the scripts. Nobody's going to know it. Well, somebody's going to know it because they've created the scripts.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make the argument that this is like the NFL draft. Well, it's not, because nobody knows how the NFL draft is going to turn out beforehand. You know how these wrestling matches are going to go. So say it ain't so. I can't guarantee it ain't so. I just hope not.
well, they're saying that they're going to, not inform the wrestlers until like a couple hours before
3 minutes.
the match. A lot of these guys are just trying to make it big. You're going to tell me they're not going to, make a phone call, make a text.
Absolutely.
A quick freaking, 2-second text can make these guys a lot more money than they're making in the ring.
Let's call our buddy Guido and see how Guido.
He's on line 3. We'll try giving it. Hey,
yeah, of course.
And one more for you. The Pac-12 reportedly is going to earn $200 million less with USC and UCLA leaving. How can they recover from that?
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen. I saw that number yesterday, and I can understand it relative to the total value of the TV contracts over time. How do you recover? You get Boise State, you put them on steroids. I have no idea how you recover, because it's one of those things where is the Pac-12 going to be the Pac-4, the Pac-8, and all you can say for Ray Anderson and U of A and Utah and Stanford is that you got a Washington State, Oregon State. It's a great legacy, and it's been a great brand for a long time, but they got some work to do.
I'm real curious to follow up on
2
that.
minutes.
Do you have any insight at all if Arizona State, Utah, along with Colorado, are still leaning to join the Big 12? Have you heard any rumblings more on that?
Well, the rumblings may be just in the mind of the respective ADs, and you can't, frankly, make an irrevocable commitment that doesn't let you out of the box if the box is, $200 million less than it used to be before. So, of course, never say never on all of that, but you weigh that against stability, because as these guys are planning long-term plans, bonds to be issued by the athletic department. Look at all the facilities that Ray Anderson is building over there. It's an amazing complex, and same thing at U of A, and it depends on future revenue. So you've got to be able to plan for the future, but you've got to be able to keep your options open, and that usually doesn't work. And by the way, you guys, Roc Manuch,
1 minute.
Finally let Jimmy B out of his muzzle to ask questions, and they're damn good questions. So you better just let him keep asking.
It's just keeping him awake during the.
Rick, we don't tell you how to do your job. All right, you don't need to tell us how to do our job.
Whoa! Oh my God! There he is. Somebody shot this guy. Man.
Oh well, we're at Twin Peaks. We're at Twin Peaks right now. A lot of excitement going on. A lot of things going on.
Give him some Valium, ladies and gentlemen.
Have a great weekend, especially at the Players. I got a lot of money on Rom, so let's go. All right, I need him to get a 6th win of the year.
Rom is probably the right answer. I need a little bit of time to watch some basketball right now and to recover from that emotionally debilitating shot I just got given. So, all right,
we love you, Rick. That's awesome.
You'll be okay, Rick.
Yes, I think you will.
Thanks for having my back, pal. I appreciate it.
We're just glad Jimmy chimes in once in a while.
Hey, it's like we call it Throwback Thursday. We want to see if you agree, because back on this day, Led Zeppelin won their copyright battle. That they ripped off a song, their song, I should say, "Stairway to Heaven," from a song called "Taurus." One of my first cars, by the band Spirit. And we're going to play them. It's a cool debate, and we're going to have that. Plus, we have a judge that ruled, this is great news, that is giving the middle finger. He says that giving the middle finger is a God-given right. So, Manuch, look at me.
I hear you.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
It's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
This is The Herd.
Attention listeners.
With Colin Cowherd.
Here come the Warriors. You sold your stock. I see all the Twitter activity. I bought your stock. As your stockbroker, I suggested buy on the dips. And here they come. Hire smart people. They'll eventually figure stuff out.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for pool, poker, and trivia. And now, the new Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Lager drafts.
With every other attorney out there claiming to be the right attorney for you, it's time we look at the facts. Lerner & Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people receive compensation for their injuries. We've recovered billions of dollars, with over $1 billion recovered in the last 5 years alone. We have over 50 attorneys and over 400 legal professionals and their resources to fight for you. The reality is, there's Lerner & Rowe, then there's everybody else. In a wreck? Need a check?
Lerner and Roc is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
I'm Byron Brown, personal injury attorney. Can you tell by the music that I'm educated and experienced? How about now? Can you tell I'm tough and I'll fight for you? That I'm down to kick it with y'all? That's a bunch of bullshit. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS. I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer.
Macy's one-day sale starts tomorrow with great deals of the day to get prepped for the spring season. Like 40% off wardrobe refreshes from Style & Co. and 40% off the perfect bags and wallets to complete your look. Plus get 50 to 60% off kitchen and dining essentials from Hotel Collection, Oak, The Cellar, and more. Star Rewards members earn rewards even faster during Macy's Star Money bonus days. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Wake up with The Drive. Jody Ayler tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910 and on our free iHeartRadio app.
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Did you know that Troy Aikman in only 6 years has passed for 16,303 yards? Did you know the career record for most hits is 4,256 by Pete Rose, who is not in the Hall of Fame?
Do you know that my next door neighbor has...
Guys are hot.
Now time for Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B to give you the random facts of the day driven by your Valley Chevy dealers. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. For a dealer near you, head to valleychevy.com.
Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B here at Twin Peaks in Phoenix on Camelback. And we do want to tell you we have an incredible promotion getting started on Sunday. After Selection Sunday. It's our Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em Win 910 on 910 Bracket Challenge presented by Dos Equis. Winner is the overall winner is $910, a man card, plus your height in Dos Equis. And I heard you guys talk about it yesterday. Jimmy's out of this one. He would, if he won, he would hand it over to you.
Yes, he would.
Yeah. He would find someone else. Because that's like a beer.
Yeah, it's like,
right? Yeah, it's
for
like
me,
a couple beers.
That's all it is. It's like one of the small beers here at Twin Peaks.
That's what I said. Manuch, you go. You're 6'3", dude. You go for me.
Yeah, because we're giving away Twin Peaks man cards right after every round, $50, $100. It's really cool. 910 is the overall. But then we decided, talking to our friends at Dos Equis yesterday, like, well, let's do your height and weight as well, or your height and beer, I should say. Yes. And we're going to do that for first place and second place. So we'll have some fun with that. We're going to be out at all 4 Valley Twin Peaks locations. We'll start in Glendale, then we'll come back here to Camelback, then Tempe, Scottsdale. That's next week. Then the following week, Tempe and Scottsdale. But no excuses for this. You should get in on this one, fanpick'em.com or win910on910.com. So get on board on Sunday, and we give you the first 2 weeks, our first 2 games. Those are buys. So we'll give you those, the playing games. So a judge in Canada has just ruled on a harassment case where a neighbor gave another neighbor the finger. We all know what the finger is. It's the middle finger, right?
It's that foam finger?
Yeah, middle finger. And the judge said that giving someone the middle finger is a God-given right, and he threw out the case.
Freedom of speech, right?
Amen.
Freedom of speech?
Well, I don't know if it has anything to do with speech.
Well,
There's no speech there. He didn't say anything about speech.
It's a signal.
It's a signal. It's a signal. It's speech. It's, first, he probably put it as far as one of the First Amendment's up there in Canada if they have those kind of things, but just say it's just telling you to F off basically without saying it. Sign language, just without voicing anything.
I always thank people when they do it to me. I say, "Hey, thanks for making me number one."
I think it's interesting when you see this criminal harassment case that was against this one guy. That it was neighbors. They had a nasty, they went at it.
Sure, yeah.
A couple birds, some potty mouse, whatever. I guess there was a power tool involved and all this other stuff.
Power tool?
but
now that's...
how lame is your neighbor that would actually file a criminal harassment claim against you?
That's a neighbor.
Seriously.
A lot of time. Yeah, you know what?
And there is every neighborhood has that one lady, guy, family that you can't stand. And like where I grew up, I had, Mrs. Bonascavage across the street. She's a total. She's looking down right now.
Careful.
But yeah, couldn't stand her. If the ball went in her yard, you never got your ball back.
You're
right?
kidding me.
Oh, we lived decent neighborhood and we played in the street. You played, football, telephone pole, baseball, stickball, all that stuff.
So you
went outside, Mrs. Bonascavage.
You had it started with Bewitched, Mrs. Kravitz. Somebody's got their Mrs. Kravitz in the neighborhood, sticking their noses where they shouldn't, and thinking they're in charge, but they're not in charge, and always making sure you know what other people know if you don't know. So you had one of those Mrs. Kravitz. We have one of those Mrs. Kravitz.
Everybody has. Every neighborhood.
We have one right now. I will guarantee that.
I got one right now in my neighborhood. Remember my whole situation with my dog barking?
Oh, my
yeah,
goodness.
I remember. Called the cops on me like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
My dog was barking, and they lived 7 houses away from me.
Are you serious?
7 houses.
They're not next door?
No. And there's 3-4 dogs in between
3
there.
minutes.
I don't know why I get blamed for it.
Oh, that's
all
funny.
right, Led Zeppelin. This happened a few years ago on this day. Led Zeppelin they finally won its Stairway to Heaven copyright case. A band called Spirit sued them in 2014, saying that the intro to Stairway was ripped off from their song Taurus. And we all know how these songs go, but what we're going to play for you right now, just for fun, is the intro to Taurus, and then we'll play Stairway to Heaven, and you decide.
Totally pretty similar. It's pretty damn similar.
I mean, Stairway to Heaven came out in 71. This song came out in 68. Spirit was like a
they had one
psychedelic.
They had one big hit. It's called "I Got a Line on You." It's the only big hit they had.
So here is now we'll play Led Zeppelin "Stairway to Heaven."
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold.
How the judge throw this out?
I agree.
But come on,
it's a ditto. I mean, it is spot on.
So I don't know how much it would have been, but it got thrown out. But if you remember, Robin Thicke, Blurred Lines, and we're going to play this. So this guy, Robin Thicke, he stole a song from Marvin Gaye, Gotta Give It Up. So we're going to play that. That came out to like $5 million Robin Thicke had to pay. But here's Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines.
Everybody get up.
Me and Farrell.
That was 2004, 14. Now, let's go to 1977 and Gotta Give It Up by Marvin Gaye.
Great song.
I don't know, man. I mean, I love Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
but they got $5 million. That's pretty damn close.
Yep,
and the ones we just played with Spirit and Led Zeppelin are pretty damn close there.
I would agree with that. I mean,
that's a Throwback Thursday here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Yeah,
we had some fun there.
You Marvin Gaye, you miss. That's a great song. And when that one came out with Robin Thicke, I'm like, okay, a little different vibe. Farrell's got
Nobody knew it until you heard it mashed up like that.
Yeah, but I'm like, I would have never thought twice, because Marvin Gaye had that more, little cowbell going on there.
That's also your era.
Yeah,
for you
30s,
guys,
70s.
70s, yeah. Hey, coming up, it's the return a quick draw, Manuch.
Ready, man. I'm ready.
Right. Plus, we'll catch up with the University of Arizona color analyst Ryan Hansen. They got Stanford tonight, who beat Utah last night, and they've already beat Arizona this year over in California. Plus, you have an opportunity to win the Twin Peaks Man cards as we're live from Twin Peaks on Camelback.
10.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
March is amazing. Watch all the games at any of the 4 Twin Peaks locations. Enjoy incredible ice-cold beer specials during all the games. Plus, play Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Win 910 on 910 Bracket Challenge at fanpick'em.com. Happening now at Twin Peaks.
No one has the same taste as you.
You damn right.
From the music you love to the podcasts you can't live without. And only the iHeartRadio app has it all for free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
Golfers, teed up at Van's Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Van's Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Van's Golf Shops, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
GiveMeTheVin.com is paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Play ball! It's time for baseball. Time for Arizona Diamondbacks baseball. Spring training single game tickets are now on sale with games starting Saturday, February 25th at Salt River Fields. Be sure to get your spring training game tickets now by going to dbacks.com/spring. That's dbacks.com/spring. Don't miss the excitement and fun that spring training baseball has for you and your family. Get your tickets now at dbacks.com/spring. Again, that's dbacks.com/spring.
Before new Cascade Platinum Plus, I would pre-rinse all my dishes because my old detergent just wouldn't get them clean. But now, I do dishes differently. And no pre-wash, no rewash, money-back guaranteed kind of different. Because Cascade Platinum Plus has double the grease fighting power of Dawn built right in, with twice the scrubbing power, giving me a clean that lets me break all the dish rules. I just scrape, load, and I'm done. Yep, so clean. With Cascade Platinum Plus, I dare to dish differently.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910.
The Suns are awaiting the results of Kevin Durant's MRI after he slipped and turned his ankle in yesterday's pregame warm-ups. They'll next play the Kings on Saturday. The Coyotes wrap up their 4-game homestand with a tilt against the Predators. Today's Pac-12 men's basketball tournament agenda has Arizona taking on Stanford, and ASU will meet USC. The Wildcats' Azulis Tubelis is one of 5 finalists for the Karl Malone Award, which goes to the top power forward in college basketball. In the WAC, Grand Canyon getting set to hit the court as they take on Seattle in the quarterfinals. I'm Frank Arity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Temperatures today right around 72 degrees with mostly sunny skies. And then for tonight, we'll start to see those clouds thicken up a bit with those temperatures dipping down into those low 50s. For the Fox 10 weather.
Hey, Rock, you got my email?
This report is sponsored by Maricopa Community Colleges.
Maricopa Community College's new bachelor's degrees mean you can start your degree with us and finish it here too.
Darren was able to go into the archives and grab that
information on available.
Teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
You guys are hot.
What's your top story this hour?
Still waiting on word on Kevin Durant and the status of his ankle. Anklegate.
He'll be fine.
Let's hope so. I hope he's fine to play on Saturday night.
That's when you're going.
Yeah, kind of nice.
Selfish of you, Rock.
Well, Sacramento's in town, a team that they could face at some point in the playoffs, and
they're a playoff.
Haven't even heard much about Sacramento. I don't think there's a lot of NBA fans that can name more than 2 guys on the Sacramento Kings, but they're kind of flying under the radar, and I bet they like it. And they're playing well. They're doing well in the standings. And what's great about that for a small city like Sacramento, I mean, that's got to be a hot ticket there.
Oh,
they've been waiting a long time for them to be relevant of something.
Do you remember? I mean, you got to go back a long ways, but when they had Chris Webber and that crew, they were the most exciting NBA team to watch all those years.
Vlade Divac finished up there,
absolutely.
And he was the general manager forever. He couldn't get him to the playoffs.
Yep.
King of all flops, I mean Vlade. Well, hey, the Suns are fighting for that number 2 seed with Sacramento and quietly moving up the ladder. I just feel that Kevin Durant, if he's got to sit a couple games just to make sure there's probably a precautionary way that he's going to be, ice it, take care of it, therapy. He's 100% within the next 3 or 4 games. So be it. As long as he can get back to where he was these last 3 games before last night's game. So it's just very unfortunate. It's like, is the footprint, is it built on Indian burial grounds or something like that?
Are we living in Cleveland?
I don't know.
It's the mistake on the lake and everything else. We got a black cloud over us right now. I mean, I thought it was supposed to be sunny today, and it's so good.
It is. Yeah.
I thought that dark cloud
ugly out.
I thought that dark cloud was over in Tempe, over there at Hardy and Warren.
Well,
the Cardinals.
Well, it's been over there. It's been over, State Farm.
That's right.
It's definitely over Mullet.
Chase.
It's over Chase. But it hasn't really been over footprint.
No, it
hasn't.
Because they've been, in the playoffs in the finals 2 years ago.
I just get tired of, if my one friend that's listening, you can stop texting me about, I told you about KD.
Well, what do you
he always gets hurt. Shut up, dude. Shut the, what.
Welcome to ankles in the NBA. Guys twist their ankle all the time.
Okay, but not like that.
Okay, Steph Curry's done it a couple times this year. He's had an MCL sprain. During his ankle.
Warm-up?
Well, not during warm-up.
Okay, that's my point.
That's what was so odd about this whole thing. It must have been a damp in that area, a wet spot, and guys are sweating or whatever. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's just like he hit a wet spot or his shoe came down wrong, but he rolled that bad boy good. But he kept shooting
and
playing.
I thought it looked bad.
I did too, but he kept playing, and he wasn't limping right from the get-go. Either that or that adrenaline had him so jacked up that he didn't feel it until he got in the locker room.
That's what I think happened. He kind of walked it off right away and continued to shoot, and then went back to the locker room. And my guess is, as soon as he sat on the trainer's table, that baby started to really hurt.
Well, they just probably got ice on it right away.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they treated it immediately, and then they said he walked out with a boot on for precautionary measures. Guy, you hear that term all the time in sports. Precautionary measures. They put a boot on him. He's got a hangnail. We're going to put a boot on him, just for precautionary measures.
I think it's somewhat crushing. If this ends up being more than a couple games, it's crushing. Not just to Suns fans. I think for NBA fans in general.
Right.
I think a lot of us, or a lot of people, just in general, wanted to see if this is going to work.
Absolutely.
And I don't understand why Devin Booker isn't getting more national press for how well he's playing and in the MVP conversation.
Well, last 4 games, guys, he's averaged 38 points per game. Coincidentally, that's when Kevin Durant,
3 to 4,
has played.
He even before that, he's had, he's been Player of the Week, Player of the Month. He's had a lot of success, this year, but he's not even wasn't giving a sniff when it comes to MVP.
I guess what's unfortunate is that Kevin Durant's got to be on that team for people to see how well Devin Booker is playing. Well, he's been playing well, coming off the injury. It took him a while to kind of get into it with that going, but he's playing extremely well. You got KD there. People go, oh, wow, I guess Booker is pretty damn good.
Let me explain something about marketing your player. Rock, this is right in your wheelhouse because you are marketing guru, is that they don't market him. Not like you see other teams market their star players.
I would agree with that.
You see Steph Curry in all kinds of television commercials. You see other players, Giannis in television commercials. I mean, it just goes on and on. And look, I know I always talk about the time zone issue and people on the East Coast. It's like we don't even exist on the West Coast. But that is a major issue, is how well a team
is that on his team or his PR firm? His team or his own people
I think
out there
on
promoting
both.
him?
It's on both. Now, you got to remember that the Phoenix Suns were just sold.
Sure.
So we're going to see how that translates and see what the new regime does to try to market him at a higher level.
I don't know what kind of marketer the owner is going to be. He comes from the mortgage industry. They don't have to do much marketing, so we'll see. But, I mean, for Booker, I mean, he's a co-owner in Cocoa 5, which is a coconut water sports drink, which is blowing up like crazy. They're now in Fry's. I mean, they're a big partner out at Bellbank Park with us. He partners with Corona. We've seen the commercials with Corona. He's got Nike. He's got Sweet Green. He's invested in a bunch of startups, Buzzer, GoPuff, Overtime. So he's starting to get out there. Yeah. But to Jimmy, to your point, the team has not really used him.
Correct.
It seems like the team is really using their 3. It's usually him, Ayton, and Paul, and that's what you see.
Yes.
That seems to be one of the issues that this city has in general is marketing their players.
Well, it's interesting.
There's nobody with the Cardinals. You can't market Kyler because you know Kyler.
No.
D-backs, there's nobody really there. In the past, it was usually the manager or a front office guy like Tony La Russa or Kirk Gibson as the skipper that got marketed. Coyotes, no one knows any of the guys. You got to have a hello, my name is.
There's nothing to market.
There's nothing to market other than a new arena coming.
Well, and the only time they do that is when their games. They got the ads on during the games to promote that, for the vote coming up and showing the arena and the whole area around there.
Speaking of that, if you're an owner of a business, why would you ever want to advertise in Mullet Arena on the boards? Because with this technology now, that when you're watching the game, the boards are covered by whoever Bally Sports is selling it to, or whatever the deal is with the Yotes. You ever notice that?
Yes.
You guys watch that?
I have seen that.
So it's like,
I know.
Used to be, you buy that board for $100,000 a year, or whatever, $50,000 a year, and you got the crowd and you got the TV.
Correct.
Now you're not getting the TV anymore.
No,
the TV is more valuable than 4,600 people, and they're doing that everywhere now.
Yeah,
it's not just here.
You just watch the games, and you just, I don't know, you see the Sun Devil logo, you see their logo, it just seems like from watching it on TV, it just, I don't know, it's just not the same as far as this huge arena, which hopefully they'll get, but it's just not the same as far as that's concerned.
3 minutes.
Getting back to marketing your big 3. Remember when Barkley was here, 92, 93, the billboards around town with Charles and Marley and that group. And in those days, it was just the paste-up marketing, with all the billboards around town.
Sure.
Everywhere. You go turn and...
A little bit different times, though, Manuch.
Yeah.
They were the only game in town.
And they were, literally. I mean, 92,
only
93.
Game in town.
But it was like everywhere. That's why that Suns craze was just with the billboards and the signs, and you were just so dialed in that you couldn't wait till the playoffs started. And when they went down 2-1 against the Lakers, Paul Westphal just say, we're okay. We're going to go back to LA and win that game. We'll come back and win the other game, and then we're going to move on to the playoffs. Then you went, okay. Once they got past the Lakers in that situation, then you knew game was on, or hopefully the game was on to win it all.
Well, it starts and ends with Kevin Durant if they're going to go to get a title this year. Plain
I agree.
simple.
I'm with you.
I agree.
I think it's pretty obvious. You know, they don't have a snowball's chance if he's not playing.
And I think that the other reason why is if Booker gets hot and they team him up and Kevin's not playing, CP3's not the same guy.
No.
DA's not going to get it done by himself.
And the competition all have 2 stars, 3 stars.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And I think we know what Ayton can do. I think we just have to accept who DeAndre Ayton is.
What he is.
What he is. You know, like you always fight and bitch about the fact that he doesn't shoot more. Well, you've been bitching about a lot, and he's been listening, but it ain't changing anything.
Well, I
think you're fine. Well, I think you're right. I would agree. I'm like,
no, he has.
I agree. I think he is what he is.
No, but
and that's all he'll ever be.
I agree with that, but he did have some very solid games with 25 points,
Sure.
13 or 14 rebounds. But now that Durant is here, he is not called upon as much.
Fine, just rebound the ball.
And he did. What did he have? 16 the
But
other
Jimmy,
night.
even when Durant wasn't here, he would have flashes. So I think that we
what I
know
said. Yes.
that he can get to fourth gear, but he can't stay in fourth gear.
1 minute.
And then now with his role changing, so if he gets his 20, if we saw 20 to 25 and 15 on a regular basis,
Yep.
then I'd go, he's finally reaching that plateau. But I don't think he'll ever get there because it's just not there in him.
Hey, we're sending 2 people to Houston for the Final Four. And if you would like a chance to win these tickets, we've teamed up with Casino Arizona. This is one of the easiest contests to enter. All you got to do is follow at Casino Arizona on Instagram and at Roc and Manuch Radio. That's it. And all you do is like the post, comment on who you think is going to win the championship, tag some friends, and you're entered. You'll be entered to win 6 tickets. That's 2 games, 2 people on Saturday, and a pair on Monday. So Final Four and Championship Monday. 3-night stay in Houston at a Marriott, and we'll hook you up with a Visa card. It's a great promotion, and it's really easy to sign up. Just have an Instagram account, follow, like Casino Arizona and Roc and Manuch Radio. All the details are up on our website at rockmanuch.com, or you could just go to casinoarizona.com, and it's right there. And we hope to have you part of our contest here as we're out here at Twin Peaks, and a little birthday party going on here at Camelback. So people have some fun.
Yep.
No one works in this town in March, right? I mean, it's like
Wait till next week, man. Oh,
It'll
wait till
be
next
nuts.
week.
It'll be
Spring
nuts in
break,
here.
spring break, March Madness, spring training, and the excuse to get out and watch first games, getting them going on Wednesday and then Thursday when the magic happens.
Well, I got some hacks to stop snoring.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
Manuch, you better listen to that big nose of yours. Like putting a tennis ball in your pajamas. I know you wear pajamas. Yeah. We're going to have that right after Quick Draw Manuch. That's next. It's Roc and Manuch. And Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
My comfy cozies.
Sun Devil Hockey finishes the inaugural season at Mullet Arena this weekend, and Saturday is senior night. Join us at 6:30 on Friday and Saturday for ASU and LIU here on Fox Sports 910, the home of Sun Devil Hockey.
It's hoop time, and Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B have teamed up once again with the best place in town to watch the games, Twin Peaks with 4 Valley locations. Sign up now for your chance to win 910 on 910, plus Twin Peaks man cards after every round. It's the Twin Peaks 3-in-1 Bracket Challenge Contest at fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com. And make plans to join the guys throughout the tournament at different Twin Peaks to win even more prizes. Win 910 on 910 with Twin Peaks and Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Head to fanpick'em.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers. Careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Legacy Sports USA Spring Cornhole season is open for registration. Bags and Beers, powered by Huss Brewing Company, starts March 10th. For more information, visit legacysportsusa.com/cornhole. That's legacysportsusa.com/cornhole.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Hey, it's Jody Ayler for Plum Smart Plumbing, Heating, and Air. One of the many things I love about Plum Smart, they're different from every other plumbing, heating, and cooling company out there. Plum Smart doesn't make you choose between good service or good prices. They give you the best of both worlds, outstanding service with outstanding prices. Right now, you can get a drain cleaning for $49 with no trip charge. Call Plum Smart at 480-654-8865. That's 480-654-8865, or it's just plumsmart.com because plumbers charge too much.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet. The faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Yippee-yi-yo, K-A, galloping all the way, a great big star.
You guys are hot.
Outrun all the rest. Fastest gun in the West. Yippee-yi-yo, K-A, riding around the way. Here comes Roc and Manuch. The highfalutinous, at the shootiness, cowboy you ever saw. That's great Roc and Manuch.
All right.
Okay.
It's called Quick Draw Manuch. I get to play. So does Jimmy B. And our goal is to beat his ass.
I kicked your butts last week.
The way it works is Jax will give us a question. We will have to give an answer, starting with the letter he gives us. And the first person who says their name first and is called upon and gives the answer is going to win. If the answer is worth a you-know-what. You are scored on the ability for you to answer quickly and how good the answer is.
And creatively?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Creative. Okay.
It's a best of 7. Then after this, we'll have some hacks to stop snoring.
So this is called Quick Draw Manuch. Manuch is currently leading 3-1-1. So Rock or Jimmy, step it up, please.
Oh, listen to the coach.
Well, let's just be honest. What's the score again?
It's 3.
I had 1-2 in a row.
And this is only my second time playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the standings here, Jimmy, says it's 3-1-1.
3-1-1, Jimmy.
No, that's wrong.
No, it's not
Because I
wrong.
won 2 in a row before Rock started playing.
That's not true. Okay.
That is
He's
true.
the judge. He's got it right.
Okay, yeah, so me and Ben will go back and forth.
All
We're
right,
the judges
go ahead,
here.
go
Let's
ahead.
get it rolling. So the first question, obviously the headliner, Kevin Durant's got a bit of a boo-boo right now. Name something you'd give to Kevin Durant to help heal his injured ankle that starts with the letter B.
Manuch.
Manuch.
Yes. Band-Aid.
Jimmy.
Okay. Jimmy.
Baking soda.
Baking soda, Band-Aid. Rock.
I don't have body wash. I don't have one. I was hoping for a different letter.
I'm gonna say Band-Aid. It is the winner.
No, wait a second. No, I'm
terrible.
stepping in. Yeah, I'm stepping in.
I don't think anybody.
What are you gonna do with baking soda?
You're supposed to use it to soak your
your
We're not doing Band-Aid. I'm
You're not
stepping
doing
in.
baking soda to soak anything. That's
no,
only
we're
one,
not
so
giving
why
him
would
a
you need a Band-Aid? And there's
We're not giving him a Band-Aid. He didn't drop glass on his ankle.
You can do a Band-Aid wrap.
Well, I should have said. You didn't say that. Like if you said bandage would have worked.
Same
thing. Band-Aids when you're a little kid, you fall and you got a little blood, boo boo. You put
Jimmy gets the point. I was looking for bag of ice. Was my golden answer?
That was a good one. I would have said ice, bag of ice. But yeah.
All right, Ben, your question is up next.
Name an item found in the kitchen, first letter beginning with the letter B.
Back-to-back B's.
Oh.
Rock. Let's go. Rock.
Bottles. Manuch.
Oh, okay.
Manuch. Box cutter.
What? You have a box cutter in your kitchen?
Yeah, we do.
Where do you keep it?
Yeah, right there in the drawer with all utensils.
Okay.
Jimmy B. Band-Aids.
Honestly, that if I was a judge, I'd give it to him.
Man,
because you need to find it readily available.
It's always in the
It's in
kitchen.
your medicine cabinet in your
it's in the
bathroom.
I should have said beer.
Yeah, you should.
Damn.
Yeah.
Bottle. Okay,
I was going to say bottles.
As much as I want to give it to Jimmy B because that was hilarious, I got to go Rock here.
Yes. Did not think I'd get that one.
Oh,
On the board. I'm on the board.
All right.
Hey, if Manuch has a box cutter in
Yeah, we
there,
do.
need Band-Aids.
Really?
Yeah, we do.
Manuch is
Those
shaking
Band-Aids.
people.
All right. Name an animal that starts with the letter K.
Manuch.
Rock.
Manuch.
Kangaroo.
All right.
That was mine. Kitten.
Ooh, that was my next one. All right, I got to ponder now just for
Are
a
you
second
Googling
here.
it right now?
No,
Animals with the
my
letter.
answer-
I don't think he knows how to
I don't know why he's
No,
looking
I
at his
don't.
computer then.
No, I don't.
He's like staring at his computer right now.
Well, I've got a picture of Stephen A. on the computer, so I was trying to get some help
Oh,
from
see if he
him.
can help you out?
Yeah, and he.
So
and he
is
does-
Stephen A. your screensaver?
No, I have no clue.
Okay, so it goes to those two.
I'm going Manuch. Quickest
Yeah.
answer. Kangaroo was kind of the number one there, but Kitten was smart.
Yeah,
Kitten was a
What
good
else is there? Like
koala.
I was going to
That's
say
cute.
cat. I was going to say
you were gonna say cat.
But
That
you
would have
said-
been great.
But you said kit.
You know, cat would have. That would have made Friday. That would have made Friday's freaking quick
When you said
recap.
when you said kitten, I thought, oh God, I can't say cat.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right. 1-1-1.
1-1-1.
Whoa.
All right, Ben.
All right. Jax told me he couldn't even come up with one for this one, so I'm curious to see if three medium-sized brains can come up with this one. Name a Hispanic athlete, last name beginning with the letter H.
Hector Torres, but Jimmy B.
Jimmy.
Hector Torres.
That'd be his last name.
Oh, last
Last
name.
Manuch. Manuch. Jose
Manuch.
Jimenez.
That
No, it
is
starts
J.
with a
That's
J.
wrong
J.
too.
Starts with
Then
a
I got
J.
the Keith Hernandez.
Yeah, there you go.
Done. I
Rock
won.
wins.
Yeah, you did.
Rock is
Just
the only one that named one with the letter H.
I was
Man,
thinking
there's a
Hernandez. I was going to say Hernandez of the Cardinals. I was like, all right, but Keith
I mean,
Hernandez. That's all they
Will
had.
Hernandez, Felix Hernandez.
Felix, yes.
I mean, there's a lot of
Manuch,
them
that
out
was
there.
bad. That was really bad, dude.
Well, sometimes it's
you guys,
J,
you need your
sometimes
pepper
it's
gin.
H.
Pepper gin.
Oh, always talking
Yes.
smack.
Yeah, and Manuch, you speak Spanish
Yep.
fluently.
Well,
I know.
you can do it with a J or a H.
But that's not what he asked. We were looking for
3 minutes.
Somewhere spent Hernandez.
No.
Okay,
Jimenez.
we gotta pick it up a little bit.
Okay.
All right, we
All
gotta
right,
pick it up.
let's
Okay, name something that you hate that starts with the letter D.
Rock.
Let's go, Rock.
Dan. Manucci.
Manuch. Dandelions. Because I'm allergic to them.
Okay.
You hate him?
Hey, can't be out around. I hate having being around them.
Where are the dandelions around
Out in
here?
the fields.
Jimmy, you got an answer?
I have no clue.
I'm gonna have to go with Rock on that one. That was pretty funny.
That was good.
Wait a second.
Dandelions?
Yeah, I'm allergic to them. I hate
So?
to be around them.
Well, I'm allergic to you, and I'm sitting there doing a show, and I'm still.
I detect some bias with the judges, but that's okay.
So a little update as we head into the sixth question. Rock, Manuch are tied at 2. Jimmy B with 1. Close
Okay.
race.
Okay, next question.
All right, Ben.
All right. Name a movie beginning with the letter M.
Rock.
Rock.
Moneyball.
Oh, very good.
Ooh.
Man.
Jimmy B.
Jimmy.
Moonraker.
You got to Google that one. You're making that up.
That's a movie.
Moonraker. No, James Bond. Moonraker.
Okay.
Don't worry, we're not picking it.
What Moonraker?
Was it James Bond first in the title, or was Moonraker?
Moonraker's the title.
Came out in 1979. We're not picking that one. Sorry.
There you go.
Lasted 1 week.
That should last. That's the winner right there.
Damn. Manuch. Man, I can see it. Moon over Miami.
All right, this is easy. It's Rock, right?
Yes. Moon over Miami is a hell of a movie.
Hey, you got to play into your audience. We have two 25-year-olds.
Moon over Miami. Okay, I just want to let everyone know. Moon over Miami was a 1941 film.
Oh,
and Moonraker was 1979.
Yeah, Moneyball, come on.
Moneyball was 2011.
Yes, thank you.
We'll give that to you, Rock. We'll give that to you.
Jimmy
I like
picked a
deep.
terrible
All right, next
movie,
one.
and
Okay,
you were able to make it worse.
Name a job that starts with
1
the
minute.
letter L.
Jimmy B.
Jimmy. You gonna have an answer?
No, I just spaced.
Job alert.
Starts with a letter L.
L. Letter
L.
L.
Do, 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 do.
Manuch.
Let's go, Manuch.
Lieutenant of the Army.
That's really good.
That is good.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that's a good.
I can't top that.
Yeah.
I keep thinking ladders. Ladders.
Jimmy B. Lazy ass.
Layer. Brick. Oh, shoot. I got nothing.
I was looking for lawyer.
Oh, lawyer.
Got it. Tie game. Last question.
Right.
Ben, roll it.
Name a vacation destination beginning with the letter T.
Rock.
Tahiti. Oh, man.
Okay, Manuch.
Jimmy B. Tijuana.
Okay.
It's between Rock and Manuch.
Manuch.
Basically 3-3. Yep.
Texas.
What? All right.
Vacation destination, Dallas.
Yeah, you could have said like Telluride.
Yeah.
You know, but Texas, it could be anywhere in Texas.
Texas.
Go to
Whole
Texas to
state.
vacation.
Who does it? You would go to Austin.
Yeah.
You would go to Dallas. You wouldn't say just
Texas.
state.
That's just the whole state.
No.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Rock
as
finally
much as
got
I
one.
love El Paso, I'm going to go Rock here.
Yeah.
It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Hey, in a recent survey, 56% of people said they snore or have a partner who does, and 54% of them have tried various hacks to try to cut back on the snoring. Now, there's a range of tips and tricks all over the place, and some the most popular ones are these: using extra pillows, buying anti-snore pillows, drinking more water, the nasal strips and sprays. I've done those. Taking a hot shower before you go to bed.
What?
The one that's been more popular these days is the mouth guard.
Yep.
Others include avoiding alcohol before bed. That doesn't, I mean, come on. Avoiding alcohol completely. Come on. Drinking alcohol before bed.
Come on.
Sleeping, sitting up, sleeping backwards. Now, here's some of the weirder hacks, which may be random, but they could be somewhat brilliant. These are on some social media. Tapping your mouth. Never mind. It's in parentheses. It says you should not say this on air.
Okay, good.
Be responsible.
Putting a peg on your nose, like a peg.
Yeah.
Putting a tennis ball in your PJs to stop you from lying on your back.
Well, on my side as it is all the time. Never on my back.
Unfortunately, it's unclear if there's any success with any of these. I don't know. So
I don't
another one
think
is
works.
taping your mouth. Actually, like taping your
So
mouth.
you breathe through your nose?
I guess.
Yeah.
But if you got a messed up septum, you're screwed.
No,
right?
you are.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
On average, people in the survey would spend $40 a month to improve their snoring, or they shell out about $340 if it meant it would stop for good. 17% of people are spending money asking for help, like medical professionals, that is, and then 61% said they have may try a potential remedy here or there, but they accept the fact that it is. I mean, I got buddies, and I never, I'm not married, as you know. I have friends that are married that they don't sleep in the same bed as their wives.
I've heard that before.
Multiple people I know, and I would say half of them, maybe 60% of them, all have that CPAP. I can't imagine.
It's because we have sleep apnea. I've got sleep apnea, so I put the mouth guard in my mouth. Been having it 5 years. Stopped all snoring. I sleep through the night now. So it's a device, put in your mouth, brings your jaw forward, and I don't snore anymore. I sleep great.
Is it uncomfortable when you
No,
first
no,
A mouthpiece?
It's a mouthpiece.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Dentists are down doing it.
Yep.
It's a big
Well,
deal.
guys-
Yeah, that's what I know. I'll do that if I have to.
And it's cured me. I sleep through the night.
So can number 8 ranked University of Arizona Wildcats finally put a run together and make it to the Final Four? The Red Army of the West, they're going to be in full force today in Las Vegas. It's the Wildcats. It's the Stanford Cardinal tonight. Radio color analyst Ryan Hansen will break it all down next. This is Fox Sports 9.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Ex-Cardinals offensive lineman Kelvin Beachum said quarterback Kyler Murray doesn't lack for leadership ability, but said he needs to grow up. The Coyotes finish their 4-game homestand as they take on the Predators. Nothing doing for the Diamondbacks today. They get the day off from spring training. Today's Pac-12 men's basketball tournament has Arizona facing Stanford, and ASU in the nightcap meets USC, and the WAC Grand Canyon will take on Seattle in the quarterfinals. The Suns waiting the results of Kevin Durant's MRI after he slipped and turned his ankle in yesterday's pregame warm-ups. Their next game is Saturday versus the Kings. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Shopping for a mortgage? Big banks can be a big hassle. Call GC Global Capital and work with a local team of mortgage experts for great rates and lower fees, more options, and faster closings. Don't let your dream home purchase turn into a nightmare. Call the professionals at GC Global Capital, 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital, your local mortgage professionals.
GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Are you living paycheck to paycheck only to find yourself going backwards financially each month? Nobody wants to file bankruptcy, but at many times, it's the best choice. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and that it will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. In most cases, filing bankruptcy can improve your credit. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, our bankruptcy lawyers only work on bankruptcy cases, and we can file your bankruptcy with $0 down.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Golfers, teed up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer. Call 1-800-ANTI-LAWYER.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Stunning design, unmatched intelligence, and a compact ready for anything build. Sometimes exceptional is the rule. The Mercedes-Benz GLA, member of the unrivaled SUV family. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
Of the last 9 meetings with Oregon, including 3 of the last 4 over the top. Tubelis down low, scores again. It'll be his 5th chance.
You guys are hot.
At an and 1, he's up to 39.
I'll tell you what, boys, the Wildcat fans love Las Vegas. Las Vegas has been good to Arizona over the last handful of years of the Pac-12 tournament, but it's a great place to be for college basketball.
Is there a Block A anywhere? Is there like a little mountain like when they come down to Tempe and they do that to the Sun Devils?
That's right. Everyone must genuflect outside of T-Mobile when you see the Block A.
So Ryan, who is this U of A team? I mean, you see the ups, the downs, and my first question is what lessons, if any, were learned from that loss last week against UCLA that you can carry into the Pac-12 tournament and carry through the NCAAs?
I think if you go beyond just that UCLA loss, guys, you know how this works. You play on senior day at UCLA, they're rolling. Yeah. Good luck winning in that game unless you are playing and firing on all cylinders. So I look beyond the UCLA game and really look to the games where Arizona has not played well. And in those games, they've either not faced up and said, hey, these guys are good, whoever we're playing. Azuolas Tubelis has not played at his best. That's been a struggle. They've been out-rebounded. That's something that you got to look at. And they haven't dominated in the paint. Those are areas Arizona has to do well, and that's what's so intriguing about tonight's matchup with Stanford, because Stanford did all of those things in the one game Arizona played against Stanford. The one team in the Pac-12 Arizona has not beaten this year is who they face tonight. Boy, the Pac-12 orchestrators, if you could orchestrate a game with intrigue and storyline, it's Stanford, Arizona tonight.
You got any answers on why that has been a problem off and on for the Wildcats? Why they struggle to rebound? Why they struggle with Stanford?
Well, one of the reasons from a rebounding perspective, if Azuolas and Ballo are in foul trouble or are limited, Arizona is not exceptionally big at the rest of their spots. When they go small and Tubelis or Ballo are anchoring the middle with a four-guard lineup, they're really, 6'2", 6'3", 6'5". And Arizona against, let's say, Jimmy B, when you look at Stanford tonight, it's almost outside of Michael O'Connell, 6'7" or bigger across the board. Stanford presents challenges because of their size and their ability to out-rebound Arizona by 8 in the first game. They can switch defensively, create mismatches on the offensive end with that size. That can be challenging against Arizona.
Right, such a talented group of kids. I mean, we hear talent. So where's the disconnect? Is it a mental thing? And what is it that Tommy Lloyd preaches day in and day out that they just maybe they get it, but maybe not on a consistent basis? So what's that mantra going to be moving forward?
I think his mantra is let it rip. And when Arizona doesn't play with incredible tempo, incredible pace with the basketball, and doesn't play an aggressive defensive style, and it doesn't have to be out in passing lanes trying to steal the ball, but really getting up into their man and closing out what we like to call the airspace between the defender and the guy guarding the basketball, Arizona can be pretty pedestrian. Sure. And I think that's the difference for this Wildcat team when you've looked at them. And what's interesting, boys, the tone that we've been talking about here is not a lot of people are high on Arizona because of the finish. But when you look at the body of work, Arizona still was the Maui Invitational champs. They finished second in the league. They have a lot of good quality wins. It's just there's some head-scratching losses. I think you guys would agree that, boy, how do you lose to Washington State at home, Utah on the road, Stanford on the road, the ASU loss at home? Those teams, and ASU might squeak into the tournament, but those aren't tournament teams. I think that's why everyone has a little bit of a question mark about Arizona. But when they're right, when Arizona's right, they're very good.
All right, Ryan, so let me ask you this. So whose responsibility is it on that floor to keep that pace, keep that going, no matter whether you're up or down?
Well, I think it's a collective unit, right? Kirk Kriisa with the basketball, critical to keep the pace going, but it's the bigs as well. Those guys, if Azuolas is not cutting, if he's not working hard for the basketball, he becomes kind of an invisible player, and we've seen that in a stretch of games where Mr. Consistency, leading the league and scoring and rebound, could be invisible for a stretch of period of time. But I think it's all of the players collectively. It's not just getting out on the fast break. It's even in the half court, cutting and moving without the basketball with pace. When I say Arizona's got to play with pace, it's not just fast breaks. They've got to play fast regardless of if it's in the half court or full court.
Okay, so take us to the game tonight. What do you envision as you watch this game against Stanford? Will they try to force Stanford into that up-tempo?
I think that will be critical for them to do, and I think that's hard for teams to defend for now what would be 80 minutes against Arizona. In the first 40, Arizona had the lead at halftime. They had the lead deep into the second half, and then Stanford wore them down, got the advantage on the glass. The Wildcats have to get those bigs from Stanford moving. Arizona has to take advantage of their quickness on the outside. They also need to defend the three-point line. Stanford knocked in 10 threes, and some of the shots came from some unlikely characters. Put this in perspective. Michael O'Connell goes for 22 against Arizona. He was 3 for 5 from the three-point line that day. In the 7 games since
3 minutes.
Stanford has played Arizona, Michael O'Connell has made a total of 3 threes in 7 games. So what I say when I point that out is Arizona needs some guys to step up that might be unlikely characters. Kylan Boswell off the bench needs to have a good game. Arizona's short rotation, you got to have guys produce at the level that you would expect them to produce, unlike Azuolas Tubelis going for 4 points and 0 rebounds against Stanford. That can't happen.
All right, Ryan. So you've done a lot of games, especially with this team this year. When do you know, as a color analyst, you go, okay, they got it? Typically, when this team wins, is it early in the game, midway, or toward the end of the game where you go, okay, you don't say it out loud over the air, but all right, they're dialed in, they're good to go?
I think it's midway through the first half. If Arizona's not turning the basketball over,
2 minutes.
They're moving it with pace. If they're playing inside out, even if they're knocking down threes, got to have quality post touches with Umar Ballo and Azuolas Tubelis. Those guys don't have to be dominating the game per se from a statistical standpoint, but if they're getting touches and moving the defense and forcing the D to react to those high-low passes, Azuolas running the floor like he does and putting pressure on the defense, that tells me Arizona's ready to go offensively. On the defensive end, it's all about the airspace. If the defenders are letting Stanford, quote unquote, run their stuff, not making them uncomfortable with the basketball, even if Arizona has a lead, that's a challenge for me. I've got to see Arizona make the defense look uncomfortable, and it typically reveals itself about midway through the first half.
Ryan enjoyed the ride. We're jealous. Have fun with all the rest of the cats up there. Thanks so much for some time on game day.
1 minute.
Boys, thanks for having me on. Hope it's a deep run.
Yeah, we do too. That's Ryan Hansen joining us, color analyst for the Arizona Wildcat Network. Appreciate him taking some time. He is driven by All City Towing. All City Towing continues to hire. Yes, they are growing. They're based in Tempe. Go to allcitytowing.com as they have immediate full-time positions available, incredible benefits, a 401k program, and you can apply right now online at allcitytowing.com. Just search careers. That's allcitytowing.com/careers or just search careers. So time for this week's Twin Peaks Picks, powered by Coors Light. We'll take the fifth caller at 602-260-9191, and you will compete against one of the young ladies here at Twin Peaks on Camelback for a $25 man card. That's worth a few ice-cold Coors Light man-sized beers. We'll take the fifth caller again, 602-260-9191. It's our Twin Peaks Picks challenge next on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
This is The Herd.
Attention listeners.
With Colin Cowherd.
People can come to the same conclusion, and it's not collusion. You don't have to be in a text chain to know the Deshaun Watson contract was egregiously immoral and awful. Nobody had to collude. There was a league conclusion that the desperate Cleveland Browns overpaid.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 woods and irons. The new Stealth 2 woods combine speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings, and we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com, or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do, but not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Hey, it's Junior. Today, Black folks in our community are still disproportionately affected by HIV. But there is something we can do about it. There's no cure for HIV, but there are effective treatments that, taken as prescribed, can help you live healthy with HIV and get to and stay undetectable, which means the amount of virus is so low it can't be measured by lab tests. If you're living with HIV and not on treatment, talk to your doctor about treatment options. Learn more at treathivtoday.com. This message was sponsored by Gilead Sciences.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, trunk lids, license plate holders, and headlights. They've got lots of headlights. When you need parts, get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. eBay Motors. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Are you ready? It's your weekly chance to challenge one of the beautiful girls from Twin Peaks. It's Peaks Picks. The Twin Peaks girls are the essential ingredient to the perfect lodge experience. Each week, our girl next door Twin Peaks contestant takes on a Fox Sports 910 listener for 3 games. Get the most picks right and win a $25 man card for one of the 4 Valley Twin Peaks locations: Scottsdale, Phoenix, Glendale, and Tempe. Don't forget man-sized Coors Light draft specials every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Guys are hot.
Time for Peaks Picks.
Johnny went with U of A. Johnny must be a U of A fan because he took USC here. Three minutes. Two minutes.
trailer and the plan to spot your trailer is as good as possible. You won't find a bike from Toyota. I just think you can see the road going at speed for it, because you think you can look for cops.
30. Ten.
Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B here on Fox Sports.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Of course, your favorite station is on the free iHeartRadio app. Take us with you anywhere and listen anytime. Plus, get thousands of other stations and playlists all free. Download our free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
Hello, Arizona. It's Billy Harfosh, host of CEOs You Should Know. I interview the most influential CEOs impacting our economy and our lives. Listen to CEOs You Should Know on the iHeartRadio app or your favorite podcast platform.
Looking for a new show to check out? Well, watch the binge-worthy show, The Chosen. The Chosen explores the complex, imperfect, and messy relationships of real humans following Jesus. This season, both followers and enemies of Jesus multiply, stirring new troubles, and what follows will keep you on the edge of your seat. Stream all episodes for free, plus watch exclusive content only in the new Chosen app. Download the Chosen app today on mobile and TV streaming devices. Visit bingejesus.com to learn more. Watch The Chosen today.
It's Tim and Ben. How would you like to win a trip for two to Las Vegas? Airfare plus 2-night stay at the Westgate Las Vegas, home of Superbook Sports. It's simple. Just enter your name, and Superbook Sports has got your Vegas getaway covered.
You can enter to win at knxcountry.com keyword contest. And if you want bonus entries, make sure you download the Superbook Sports app after your submission. And right now, Superbook Sports will even match up to $250 when you sign up and deposit today.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Before new Cascade Platinum Plus, I would pre-rinse all my dishes because my old detergent just wouldn't get them clean. But now I do dishes differently. And no pre-wash, no rewash, money-back guaranteed kind of different. Because Cascade Platinum Plus has double the grease fighting power of Dawn built right in with twice the scrubbing power, giving me a clean that lets me break all the dish rules. I just scrape, load, and I'm done. Yep. So clean. With Cascade Platinum Plus, I dare to dish differently.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. Number one for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910.
The Suns are anxiously awaiting the results of Kevin Durant's MRI after he slipped and turned his ankle in yesterday's pregame warm-ups. Their next game is Saturday versus the Kings. The Coyotes finish up their 4-game homestand as they take on the Predators. A day off for the Diamondbacks from spring training action. Pac-12 men's basketball tournament, Arizona will face Stanford, and Arizona State takes on USC. The Wildcats Azulis Cabela's, one of 5 finalists for the Karl Malone Award, which goes to the top power forward in college hoops. In the WAC, Grand Canyon hits the court versus Seattle in the quarterfinals. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly cloudy skies, temperatures dipping down into those low 50s. And then for your Tuesday, partly sunny skies with temperatures getting up to about 73 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You do anything to keep your vehicle happy. Let's make sure it stays running smoothly. With eBay Guaranteed Fit, the right parts are just a click away. When you see the green check, you know that part will fit. Get the right parts at the right price. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top
Jimmy,
story this
he
hour?
goes up and down.
All right, guys, here we go.
Oh, guys, we're taking resumes right now. Rock needs some partners, new partners. These old guys are just starting to get on my nerves. Oh, they're wasting paper. So we have a lineup, right? We have a lineup, okay? And it basically is a show sheet. The show sheet basically is online. It's a Google Drive. A Google Drive is something we just taught these guys how to use.
4 years
Jack
ago.
and I
Like yesterday.
showed them how to use it. You know, it's essentially it's a a file that anybody can have access to it. So we have our top stories of the hour, and we put them in the first hour because obviously that's all. We do the same thing first hour, second hour, third hour, unless some breaking news we put in there. So for some reason, after I put these top stories in and get the lineup all ready to go for the show, Manuch cut and pastes the first hour top stories and places them in the second hour, and then places them in the third hour, which takes up another 2 sheets of paper, which no need to have that, even though we have a printout. Like I have a printout right here. It's 25 pages, right? And I don't even use it because I have a computer in front of me, so it's all right here. But it's like one of the things where no one gives a hoot why I'm saying this on the air right now. I just feel better that I got off my chest.
Okay, I'm glad.
Here's the thing. Because like yesterday I wasn't here, and I go and I see you guys doing the show, and I went in and I deleted hour number 2 top stories and hour number 3 top stories. Because I'm like, why do you can scroll up to the first hour?
Number one, when you're here, Rock, I printed out for you just in case.
Oh, this is just for me?
Just for you.
Why do I need it?
Because
I don't need it.
Because we have it on our, as you do.
Exactly.
But if for some reason the internet's not working, somebody has a hard copy. If you're driving,
but you would have the hard. You don't have to give it to me because you can always drive.
And then when you're not here, I just do it as courtesy for Jimmy to kind of have to go scroll up.
So now you're passing a buck on Jimmy.
No, I'm not talking Jimmy, because sometimes Jimmy get lost going up and down. So I just keep it simple, stupid.
Even though it says hour 1, hour 2, and hour 3, so you can either go up and down.
Stuff
okay.
In the first, second, third hour just makes it easier. Now I don't do any printouts when you're not here. I just do it for you out of courtesy for you, to make sure that.
Well, you don't need to do this.
Yeah,
honestly. I mean, you really don't.
Just in case.
I'm all about, I don't want to get a bill. They're going to start charging me for paper. All this. I mean, literally all this wasted.
It's out of the kindness of my heart, just in case.
I need this for everybody.
No, I just did just for you. Just
all I need, Manuch, is my black coffee. I'm good to go.
Yeah, and you got that. And it has been hard copies. I remember years ago, we had a guy that was talking about our show. He said, "Look, always bring a hard copy, just in case internet issues or woes or whatever." And that's just in case we have internet. So out of the courtesy and being the quarterback I am, check, double check. And we've got an extra check right there. And to make sure out of courtesy for one Jimmy B, to make sure he doesn't have to scroll up and down. We just have the same stuff, so we have it there. If there's any changes, we make that on the fly.
No news right now about Kevin Durant other than he could miss the remainder of the regular season with that sprained ankle during warm-ups yesterday. Multiple stories have come out that this could be a buzzkill, a major buzzkill, especially with all the excitement going around with the Phoenix Suns. But for Durant, he has a history of injuries. We all know that. I mean, he has. And 2019, a month after nursing a calf injury, he ended up being what? I think he tore his Achilles, right?
It blew out his Achilles heel.
Yep. But what has happened, though, ironically, is his comebacks. After an injury, he comes back on fire. He did it in 2019. He did it in 2020 after he had a 7-week absence. So maybe, I guess, if we're trying to find some positive, if there are any positives to take away, that if he has to take a little bit of a break here, he'll come back even better than we already saw.
Well, look at this they've won 3 in a row, right? Well, with him in there, 3 in a row, and he came back hot, hadn't missed a beat. So if he needs a little 20-second timeout, it's going to be a 30-second timeout in the NBA now, Jimmy. I stand corrected. Then so be it. So, yeah, that Achilles injury took him a good year to heal, and coming off the MCL sprain. And then now I think that, if it's a couple days or a week, so be it. It didn't look as if it was a major injury because he didn't limp off. He actually walked it off, so to speak.
He did.
And I quite frankly feel if this was the playoffs, miss a game, he might come back for the next game of the playoffs. I think he'll be just fine. Give him a week. Tape a couple aspirin on that bad boy. Put an extra bandage on it. Keep it tight, secure, and he's good to go.
Put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah, put a Band-Aid on it. It'll be good.
So we'll have to wait and see. And hopefully we'll hear something sooner than later. But, do have a couple days off until they play Sacramento on Saturday night at home. No D-backs tonight or today, I should say, as they are off. They'll be back at it tomorrow. The Yotes are in action. They host Nashville. They'll close out their 4-game homestand. But we do got some basketball as ASU knocked off Oregon State yesterday. They will have USC tonight. They're a 3rd seed. They're the 3 seed, I should say. Sun Devils are the 6th seed. Elsewhere, number 2 seed Arizona. They got Stanford as they won last night. We got GCU with Seattle U. That game should be tipping off here pretty soon in the WAC quarterfinals. Sad to see the little run that they had, that being the Lumberjacks of NAU. Would have been nice to see them get by Montana State, but
well, they got out.
At least they got 3 games they won. You got to give a lot of credit. They haven't gotten that far in a long time.
And the Lady Jacks also lost. Unfortunately, they played earlier in that game. But I mean, you
follow Lady Jacks?
No, I didn't.
Player.
No,
name the coach.
No, because
name what the arena they played.
We had the voice of the Lumberjacks, one Mitch Stroman, saying the last time this happened, unfortunately, that they had the Lumberjack men play for the Big Sky title. They both lost, and that's continuing on.
Yes,
but that Montana State team was bigger, stronger, faster.
No, they're better.
They imposed their will, and it all started off in that second half. Yeah. It was a close game till 4 turnovers later. All of a sudden, Montana State's up by 8, and it was just very difficult for NAU to get back into that game.
This is a school that had an unbelievably strange season. We've talked about it on the show, where they lost 5 games on buzzer beaters and lost 10 games by less than, I think it was 5 points. 5 points, yeah. And, I mean, that just doesn't happen, but it happened to them. They made that nice run to get to the finals, but the best team in the league was Montana State, and they showed it.
Some national news. The Texans are in a little bit of trouble with the National Football League as they violated the league's salary cap reporting rules, as their former quarterback, Deshaun Watson, of course, now with the Cleveland Browns, was given a membership at an alternative athletic facility as part of his deal, and that was not disclosed. So as a result, the Texans are going to lose a 5th-round pick in the upcoming draft.
So they paid for the membership?
Yeah.
That is so rare. Guys are making $20, $25 million a year, and you got the team paying for your alternative workout facility, whatever. That's, well, he got hell of an agent. Negotiated that bad boy in there like that.
West Virginia wants to take its law about transgender athletes in women's sports to Supreme Court. The state's Save Women's Sports Act bans male student athletes who identify as female from playing on girls' sports teams. Now, the ACLU successfully argued for an injunction against the law, putting it on hold. But today, the West Virginia's Attorney General asked the Supreme Court to lift the injunction. And if the High Court intervenes, the case could impact transgender sports law throughout the nation. Go West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. Why?
Not going to be politically correct on this one.
No, if you're born a guy and you get big and strong, you transfer over all the above, and you'll go compete in women's sports. How is that?
Explain that, Manuch. What do you mean by transfer all over? I want to know what you mean by
transition into a female. Let's just put it that way.
Somebody has to get a snip.
Yeah. So I just don't understand how that's going to be fair
3
And
minutes.
you know what? If the Supreme Court upholds that, I'd be curious to see how many women teams or women college, whomever, say, look, you've got 3 former guys that are now transitioned to be females on that team, and they're blowing away records, and they're winning here and there, and they're setting all these brand new records that haven't been touched. I'm gonna say, Jimmy, 40 years.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they're beating by 3 or 4 seconds. How is that fair? I'm like West Virginia. I'm on that bandwagon reference. To
Here's the story where this really got blown up long time ago, and once I reference it, you guys will remember. The doctor's name was Richard Raskin, who transitioned to a female in his 40s and then played on the women's tennis tour and won matches. I don't think she became a she. I don't think she ever won a tournament.
Didn't completely transition?
No, did a total transition
Okay.
and played on the women's professional tennis tour. So
2 minutes.
Did she win?
She won some matches, but she never won a tournament. She won some matches.
But they allowed her to play even
They
back
did.
then.
Yes, back then they allowed her to play because she totally had transitioned, and also she was like in her 40s.
I don't know. I just think that's such an advantage if you've transitioned to a female and you've been this, man for so many years or whatever, and you're now.
What do you mean whatever? You're a man or a
you're a
woman.
man. Yeah, you're a man for so long. You transition.
That's moving on.
No,
Adam Schefter
That's enough of that.
has
my story, I'm sticking to it.
about 1 million Jet fans really pissed off at him right now.
Oh yeah.
Why is that?
Well, let Jimmy tell you.
No,
He just said,
I'm
"Oh
not.
yeah."
No, I'm waiting for the story.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah.
Why would you say, "Oh
Why
yeah"?
would
Like,
you say, "Oh, yeah,"
I
like
wanna
you
hear
knew the story?
No, I'm waiting for the story.
You know the story.
I'm excited about.
Do you
the
know
story.
the story?
No, I do not.
You don't know anything about it.
I have no freaking clue. So will you please explain?
You want to drop one on you here?
Yes, will you?
All right.
Jimmy, just Jimmy, let him finish.
So
1 minute.
this morning,
Yes.
Schefter tweeted, and the Jets just agreed to a trade. Fans around the country went nuts because, of course, it's Aaron Rodgers, right? It's a blockbuster trade.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case.
No, it's Clark.
Instead, he announced. Yeah, see, Jimmy knew the story.
Oh,
he
Jimmy.
knew it was Chuck Clark.
Way to
Jimmy.
rain on his
Just let
parade,
Rock
Jimmy.
have his moment,
Jeez,
man.
on Friday. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what's the story, Jimmy?
That's the story.
Well, I mean,
He announced that the
That's it.
Jets acquired Chuck Clark, this veteran safety,
And
from the Ravens for a 2024 7th round pick
oh, that's hilarious.
instead of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, they're upset. Well, speaking of that,
He'll win their support back, I'm sure, if the trade does go through, which I think
You know,
may.
it's
but who
interesting.
knows? It's I will tell you that it's watching these shows on ESPN and Fox FS1 and all that, the talking heads, they're kind of torn.
Yeah.
You listen to James Jones,
Yeah.
he's like, no, he's going back to Green Bay. You listen to so and so, he's saying, no, he's going to New York, or maybe he's going to Vegas, and there's maybe an off the wall team, that you don't even know that's out there.
I thought Manuch made a great point when we
No.
discussed it. Yeah, I know.
Let him finish,
Did
Rock.
you guys drive together today?
It does happen once in a while. He made a great point because he referenced the fact that the Jets front office personnel, including the owner of the team, would not have flown to California to meet him at his house
Unless they're closing that
unless
deal.
they were closing the deal.
Now, my only contention is this: is if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, let's say because if they become to a meeting of the minds, and then they take that deal to Green Bay, say Green Bay, here's what we've agreed to. Can you live with this trade, a second or third, whatever the deal is they work with? If this thing doesn't work out, I think if I'm the Jets, I look at Lamar Jackson as my next go-to as far as quarterback.
That should go ahead of Aaron
you would
Rodgers
think
because of how young he is.
I would agree. But they're dialed in for at least they're all in for this year.
Those reports have been out there. There's been a lot of conversation about Lamar in New York.
But I think that for Rodgers, they feel the Jets. They've got what it takes to win that AFC East and the AFC. He'd be the missing link at least for a year.
Hey, I do want to let everybody know we have an incredible partnership with the CAC Sports Bar and Casino Arizona for a giveaway to Houston for the Final Four. And it's a really easy contest for you to get in, especially if you have an Instagram page. All you have to do for your chance to win the weekend, win all the tickets to the Saturday and Monday games, is to visit the Casino Arizona Instagram page, which is at Casino Arizona, and look for the post that announces this giveaway. You can't miss it. Like the post, comment with your pick to win the championship, and tag some friends. And at the same time, follow us as well. That's Roc and Manuch Radio. So if you follow Casino Arizona and Roc and Manuch, then you're in. So the prize includes 6 game tickets. That's 2 for each game. There's 3 games, 3-night hotel stay, and some cash, a Visa card. So it's a great promotion. If you want more details before you go to the Instagram page, it's all up on our website at rocandmanuch.com. We'll continue from Twin Peaks on Camelback. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, Manuch, let's cut some promos.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters and a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home, and the men who use PTO to catch afternoon basketball in March with the boys. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
Golfers, teed up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale is on with limited quantity deals on top tech. Save on select PCs powered by the latest 12th gen Intel Core processors like thin and light XPS 13 laptops, Inspiron laptops, and 2-in-1s. Plus, get savings on select accessories, free shipping, and monthly payment options with Dell Preferred Account. Save today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by AutoZone.
The Suns are waiting.
Why wouldn't you guys let him try to sound it out?
After he slipped and turned his ankle in yesterday's pregame warm-ups. Today's Pac-12 men's basketball tournament agenda has Arizona facing Stanford and ASU taking on USC. In the WAC Grand Canyon takes the court versus Seattle in the quarterfinals.
You sound like Rock trying to sound that out there, Jackson.
Carlos Rodon goes to the injured list due to a muscle strain in his left forearm. I'm Frank Arity.
The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the...
What are you going to say more? Do you hate all my stuff that I post on social media?
And help you save...
At least I said mine behind the scenes.
Down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
More sports.
That's even worse. He just looks at it and says, I hate this guy.
Now in morning, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
8 to the post up, kicks it. Corner 3, cover with Booker.
All right, you guys are hot.
Getter. A 30-point half for the Western Conference Player of the Week.
Kevin Ray, Valley Sports. The Suns had no problem hammering Thunder last night, despite no Kevin Durant just before tip-off. As if you're just coming into town, you've been on some island and no radio, no TV, your phone didn't work. Kevin Durant sprained his ankle before the game, and he was held out of his home debut. He went on, I'm assuming by now, an MRI. We haven't heard anything, but the positive, there is some positive. Devin Booker had another great game, poured in a game-high 44 points. He was on absolute fire, took control of that game as they beat OKC 132-101. What a rout that was. Booker becomes the first player in franchise history to post 4 straight games with 35 or more points.
It's amazing.
And they are now, that being the Suns, are just 2 games out of the 2 and 3 seeds in the West. So they'll host the second seeded right now, Kings, Saturday night at Footprint.
And the game that you're going to.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
You got tickets?
No.
How you know I'm going?
Because you referenced it earlier today.
How could you remember that? Because you two guys don't remember stuff like that.
Challenge me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rock. Challenge me.
Who was the left-handed pitcher in the Diamondbacks rotation in 2007 that whatever.
Randy Johnson? Randy Johnson? We don't know about him.
No.
I love the challenge.
Let's it's all about Booker, man. Let's give him some love.
Yes.
He deserves it.
Yes.
We got some good highlights we want to play. Here he is hitting the 3, gets fouled. It was just an amazing game for him. Again, most of this is all courtesy of Valley Sports.
Ball stands his ground to force the miss. Pull up 3, cover with Booker. Hits the bucket, and they'll draw the foul. A 4-point opportunity here for Devin Booker.
It's just ever since Durant got here, this kid's balling.
No,
I disagree with that. He's been balling all year.
Let me tell you, since he's come back, you've seen more of you've seen his energy, whatever, but he is freed up mentally, playing his game, knowing that doesn't have to carry the load anymore because he's got KD, he's got DA. Just to me, he's freed up. I mean, he scored 38 points on average his last 4 games.
I'm well aware of that.
He is balling, man.
Last 4 games, okay, he's done that. He's averaging 38 points.
All
right? But you go back to the 6 games before that. 24, 25, 19, 32, 21, 19. He's got a 58 in there on the 12th of December. He's got a 41 on the 2nd of December. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, he started the year out just killing it. 51, 44, 49, 32. Come on.
The dude is
30. In November, he averaged 29 points a game.
He for me, just looks like, he's a hell of a player, but just watch him since KD's gotten back. Free flowing, no hesitation, leadership in the court.
What are you watching?
I'm watching the game.
I am too. But I understand how you can make a case that he is playing at a whole nother level in these last 3 games.
Last 4 games, he's averaging 38.
What you're talking about with KD there.
Looking at that's what I'm trying to say. With Kevin Durant there, but what I'm saying is he seems to be, in my eyes, more freed up, free to shoot, free to score, free to go here and there.
But he didn't play last night, and he scored 44. There was no KD.
That's true. I'm just saying. But since he's gotten there, basically, so in these games he's been starting, he
starts every game.
I know that. Okay. I'm with Kevin Durant starting.
Oh, okay.
And he was going to start last night, so he got pulled. But I just think that, from the standpoint of not having to carry the load now that Kevin Durant's here, that he can feel free to shoot from anywhere and not have to hesitate.
He averaged 29.3 points in November.
Yeah.
28.9 points in December. All right, then he took a little bit of a hit, 22, and they had some tough games, some East Coast games
and
that
he
struggled, yes. And then, early March, he was averaging 23, And then, the last 4 games, he's averaging 38. He's been on fire all year long. He should be an MVP candidate.
And hear me say, as I said earlier, as Kevin Durant got here, starting is my term, is that it's like it's just with him, both of them in the lineup, it's just like he is letting it fly without any hesitation.
He was letting it fly all season. He scored 58 against New Orleans. 58. He scored 51 against Chicago. He scored 49 against Utah. I mean, we keep going.
Okay, no. Well, let me say it again. I can do it in Spanish too. Since Kevin Durant's been starting, the way he's played,
he has played the same with Kevin Durant as he did before. Is what I think.
I just see him just letting it rip. More. I don't see. We look at him and you watch how the progress he has. I get it. He's an outstanding player. But when you're averaging over 30 per with KD in it, it's just a whole different dynamic. Knowing that he's coming off the bench, he's there, he can just let it rip and not hesitate. Where before there are times when he's had trouble helping close the game without KD in the lineup. That's all I'm saying.
No. You're totally wrong on this.
Hey, it's my world. I'm sticking to it.
I'm just saying you're saying without KD in the lineup. There was no KD.
1 minute. That's what I'm saying.
But you're making it sound like he was such a different player before KD.
No.
He is the exact same player with KD as he was without KD.
It just looks like there's more pep in his step with KD in there with them. That he is.
So
just
3 games you've seen this huge difference.
Not a huge difference.
Well, obviously you're saying he's playing so much better.
I'm just saying a guy that is like, ain't got to worry about it. Here's one of the things I look at, and this one of those things he's going to be ripping and shooting. No hesitation.
He rips and shoots all the time. That's his job.
Let me tell you. One thing is interesting, though. I know we got to go break, but we're not. He's shooting more with KD in there.
Sure.
He's got 26, 24, 25, 23 attempts in the last 4 games. Before KD, 21, 16, 18. Less.
That's my point exactly.
No.
Because he's in the ladder, he's letting it rip even more, knowing that if he misses, he's got a guy that's a backup. So that's my whole contention. You just proved my point.
No,
he's letting it clear even more so.
The reason that he's getting more attempts is because they are doubling
exactly.
Durant.
Because who's in the lineup?
Open. So he's open. So he's hitting those shots.
Who's in the lineup?
Durant, but he wasn't in the lineup last night.
Point.
No,
I know.
That's not what you were discussing.
You
weren't talking about shots taken.
He gets more attempts because there's another superstar on the court.
That's my whole point.
Of course he's going to score more.
Exactly. That's my contention.
But he's also done it without KD.
Yeah, I know that. But
he's had 35 attempts in games. He's had 28, 24, 31. And he's had a lot of
Let me say it again. Since Kevin Durant has been in this starting line with him, he is scoring. He looks to be scoring more. We get it. He's more freed up, more shots. You've proven that. All the above. He is taking his game above with KD in the starting lineup with him.
His game hasn't. You keep saying that he's taking his game above
with KD starting.
He hasn't.
With KD
his
starting,
game is still as high as it was without KD.
But it's gone above and beyond.
How?
By 10
what
points.
do you mean above and beyond?
With 10 points with Kevin Durant starting with him. He's got that much more game with KD. Not afraid to let it rip. You guys are proving my point. Thank you.
Resumes are now being received. Email me at Rocket Fox Sports.
Jim, are you down with that?
No.
Yeah, I can do it in Spanish too.
I know that you can do it in Spanish.
But you can't give us an athlete that's name starts with a H.
Well, you took it, Keith Hernandez.
No, what did you say?
Jimenez.
Yeah.
There's Jimenez.
Your Spanish is really good.
Hernandez.
Yes.
There's the roll there.
Speaking of H, Howard Balzer will join us next. So we got some Cardinal news to pass on. They got some picks today. Yep. Yes. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B.
Behold. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Just how much time will Kevin Durant miss? That is the question as the Suns await the results of his MRI after he slipped and turned his ankle in yesterday's pregame warm-ups. Ex-Cardinals offensive lineman Kelvin Beachum said quarterback Kyler Murray doesn't lack for leadership ability, but said he needs to grow up. The Coyotes wrap up their 4-game homestand as they take on the Nashville Predators. Today's Pac-12 men's basketball tournament agenda has Arizona facing Stanford, and Arizona State will take on Southern Cal in the final game of the night. In the WAC, Grand Canyon hits the court against Seattle in the quarterfinals. I'm Frank Arity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into those low 50s. And then for your Friday, we'll see some clouds starting to move into the forecast area and those temperatures right around 81 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Blue Sky Pest Control.
Blue Sky Pest Control, a Rosie on the House certified partner, provides termite protection services valley-wide. Better technicians, better service. Blue Sky Pest Control. Call today, 602-BLUE-SKY.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Time to get in on real estate investments. GC Global Capital has financing with no income verification. Call 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker and MLS 1091187. License NB0924983. An equal opportunity employer.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
Golfers, teed up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Did you know Nissan EVs have traveled 8 billion miles? Just a quick trip to Pluto and back. And what did we learn along the way? Well, that an EV can take on the world, like the Nissan Leaf. It can move racing forward and take your breath away, like the all-new Nissan Ariya. We learned to make EVs that electrify. 8 billion miles driven by Leaf owners globally since 2010. 2023 Ariya has limited availability. All-wheel drive expected availability early 2023, subject to change.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Ooh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
During Staples Teacher Palooza, teachers save big, or you save. It's the perfect time to help.
Hey guys,
your
Howard's not
teachers stock
answering.
their classroom. Save 25% on classroom decor. Plus 2-ounce bottles of Purell hand sanitizer at just 49 cents. In-store only. Offer ends 3/11. Hurry to Staples today.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Who, me? Text and whatever, just don't text and drive. Visit Stop Texts.
I'm going to bring you back and try to get him.
A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You guys are hot.
Compensatory picks. They got a third round. It was 96 overall, a fifth, 168th, and the sixth, 213th. And those are from free agency last year when they lost Chase Edmonds, Christian Kirk, and Chandler Jones. So Cardinals can use a lot of picks, a lot. So I think that that'll get them to 2, 4, 6, 8 picks for the upcoming draft right now. Maybe we'll see a few more if DeAndre Hopkins gets moved or some of these other guys. But right now, the third pick overall, the 34th pick in the second round, 66 and 96 in round 3. In round 4, it's 105. Then it goes to 168, 180, and 213.
The temptation with that number 3 pick, boys, to go get those extra picks because you're going to need lot of holes to fill, man.
They need players.
I'd have no problem. We hit this the other day that you looked at of all the special teams players, only one was still signed, but that was Gardeck. Is really the only guy that's still signed. The other are free agents, unrestricted free agents. So you look at what Monty Austinfort and this team is going to have to do. Man, they are just. I would just start stockpiling. This next year is a mulligan. Hell, if you win 5 games or 8 games, that's a bonus. If you can get to 50-50, it's a bonus. Go get linemen, defense. Go get offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and then the rest at that point.
When it comes to who do you want to really keep? I mean, who can you keep? Zach Allen, you need to keep.
Yeah, I agree.
Byron Murphy, I think you should.
Yes.
Maybe Will Hernandez because you need offensive line. Calvin Beachum. I don't know. It sounds as though we've heard what he had to say about Kyler Murray. He wasn't very complimentary.
Well, I think we've been saying that for a long time. That
I know we're allowed to say it, but not a teammate.
Well, he's an unrestricted. He's a free agent.
Okay, but he could still end up being a teammate.
Yeah, well, he could be. Well, I
think he's gone. I don't think you go on the record or you go on the air and say that if you're not coming back.
Well, and he said he's got 3 or 4 people, including the Cardinals, that he's talking with. But I think that locker room, you're a veteran. You can say constructive criticism for the young guys, and the term was grow up, and grow up means mature. Take the realm, be the leader. You're the franchise quarterback. Be the leader of that team. Be that guy that's front and center. Don't shy away from it, and just take that next step as a leader from that standpoint.
You mentioned Byron Murphy. It was reported yesterday that he could push towards $16 million a year. Are you willing to pay him $16 million?
What's the go right for a starting corner?
Yeah.
If that's the rate is, you go with it, right?
Well, the only problem is he's been injured the last couple of years. His back was he struggled with that back the last year. Hell, I think he played the last 7 or 8 games. So that'd be a hard pill for the Cardinals to swallow to go, okay, we're going to pay you 14, 15, 16 a year. Go out and test the market, see what you come back with. If somebody's willing to go ahead and pay you 16, let's just say 14 to negotiate, and you've had your injuries, well, good luck.
Well, it's unfortunate that under Keim they didn't get him they extend him earlier.
Extend him.
Then they wouldn't be in this situation. I mean, he's had some injury issues, as we know, but he's been pretty good as a number 2, right? Would you say he deserves that money?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, he's experienced. His game really faltered the last couple of years, and again, last year he was injured most of the year, so he really didn't see. But he fell off into that second year, that third year. From man-to-man coverage, he was fine in zone, as they all are. But I think that might have been one of the hesitations for Steve Keim when he was the GM to go, okay, his production fell off. He's not the cover guy we thought he was, and then he's injured. So I think that was the only hesitation why Keim didn't extend him. And I'm like you, Rock. I thought extend the kid.
Yeah.
You drafted him, local kid.
It costs you $16 million now.
Yeah, so a guy that's making 16 right now is to compare him to Darius Slay, J.C. Jackson, Byron Jones are making around 16. So that's when it's like you hold back. I don't know if he's a Darius Slay.
He was in that $10 million tier.
That'd
be like a Stephon Gilmore, Kendall Fuller, Dante Jackson, Adoree Jackson are making around that range.
The thing about Murphy, though, I think he's a fan favorite. I think people like him, right?
Yes, they do.
He has his moments. I think he's always played Cooper Kupp well.
Yeah.
Right? He's been able to shut him down. So if you could see more of that, on a consistent level, I think, maybe he can be a solid
one.
But he's a 2.
Well, the teams just look at the if it's a lower back, I'm telling you guys, the injury history, they look at that. Yeah, he's very good when he's healthy. But if they're going to pay 10 to 14 a year and not 16, can they rely on him? And what assurances? They're not going to give him a guarantee.
There aren't any assurances on the player.
But I'm saying, if he's got a pattern there, then they might hesitate. He may have to re-sign the Cardinals at a home discount if you want to continue on.
You got what? 3 dozen free agents?
Easily.
Okay.
Yes.
Easily.
And if we went through the whole list, Zach Allen and Byron Murphy are your only 2 that you're going to keep.
Yeah, I think you'd be forced to.
I mean, maybe Matt Prater, Andy Lee, the special team.
I think you draft a kicker.
Yeah,
personally develop him.
Save
like
some money there.
Jake Moody from Michigan is a guy that I think they should get.
But where do you draft him at? It's got to be just like you would in your fantasy. You take that kicker late, right? But there's Max Garcia, Cody Ford, Max Williams, Joshua Miles, Charles Washington. Let them see you later. Well, you guys have been fun, but this team's going to be a bad team for the next couple of years, and it's going to take a long time for them to develop these players. It's going to be a while.
And I think with money, Austin Ford, it's to look out there what free agents are available that you could plug in, Rock. If you're not going to sign those guys, who are the guys you can sign but are going to cost you? So my whole thinking is what tier are the Cardinals going to operate in? Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 3 of the free agency, because they definitely need offensive linemen. They need defensive linemen. Are they willing to pay the money with some of these free agents that are out there? They're out there shopping their wares, right? Be able to get in the same pool and compete, or to your point, Rock, well, maybe they're forced to bring back some of these just regular guys to fill the roster.
What has Bidwell shown you so far? He hired a coach that got a much better offer to be the defensive coordinator for Philadelphia, yet he wanted to be a head coach, so he took this job. So I'm telling you, I'm just
an opportunity.
That's correct.
Jimmy,
but
I hear what
the
you're
money
saying.
is not there.
I hear what you're saying. So we're going to know.
Yes,
starting when legal tampering starts next Tuesday.
Legal tampering.
Oh, we won't know. Yeah.
No, we'll know. But then on Wednesday, on the 15th, I'm sorry, when at 12:01, who are you going to sign?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going after, like I said, Tier 1 guys? Or Tier 2 or Tier 3
I think they're going to be
know,
the 3.
You know right away if it's budget ball or we're serious about competing. Because the guys that are close to winning a Super Bowl or going to the next step, they're going to go in Tier 1.
Yep.
Tier 2, okay, we're there. We got to build with the draft. Okay, we're kind of sort of getting there. Tier 3, well, we just need to put bodies on the team. Maybe we sign some of our other guys. And if there's 1 or 2 guys we can get to help satisfy us being competitive, knowing that we're going to need a mulligan this year to rebuild, then we're going to know.
All right. So if I'm reading the tea leaves, is Bidwell doing what the Coyotes have done this season?
1 minute.
Is he going to do something like that and just come out and say, hey, guys, we're rebuilding, so this is going to be a loser year for us?
He'll never say that.
Well, I know, but I'm saying.
By his actions.
Yes, by his actions. Correct.
Yeah,
that just hurts the culture too, though.
But what is the culture? There is no culture. That's the problem. You hope that this new regime, this new coaching staff can create a culture, and that's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a while.
And you know what, guys?
And if you're also from the business side of this, man, do you really get excited about sponsoring the Cardinals or buying season tickets or renewing that suite?
Sure.
Knowing that this team may win 2 games, may win 3 games.
You
got no quarterback, you got no receiver, you got a good running back. Your offensive line sucks. You've lost some guys on the defensive side. This team is just a bunch of guys.
A
bunch of guys.
And with that point, if you're a free agent out there, again, you just said the business.
Why would you come here?
And that's the whole thing.
Worst facility in the league, too.
These guys are watching that.
Sure.
They're reading that. They see it.
And also, where am I going to go as a free? Where I have a chance to at least go to the playoffs, again, business side, to get extra paychecks, and maybe have a shot to go to the Super Bowl.
Well, Manuch, guys that played at your level, and this isn't a knock at all. This is a positive, but there is the flip side of that. I can go to Arizona and I can play. I can play and I can get an opportunity to get some tape. It sounds tape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But to get out there and play and do a 1-year deal. Well, you may see a lot of 1-year deals where people are coming in here maybe to kind of score an opportunity for the future.
Wasn't that Steve?
Live in Arizona for a year?
Wasn't that Steve Keim's way of life? The 1-year deal.
Yes,
prove it to me.
That's like a receiver like Jacoby Myers from the Patriots could be a guy that could come in here and maybe prove it.
But if I'm going to play a lot, I'll make sure I get a lot of incentives built into that contract, knowing I probably am not going to the playoffs or the Super Bowl to get that extra money.
But I think this organization's had the reputation. I think that matters. If somebody, they'll probably pull them out of a game if they're close to getting a bonus if they get so many catches or so many yards.
And folks, that has happened. We know that for a fact.
Hey, our learner wrote 1 call. That's all. It's coming up. We'll tell you what's on tap tonight. Got a lot of games. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Here we go. Steve Covino. Ooh. Rich Davis.
Yes.
This is Covino and Rich.
Derek Carr just went from arguably the toughest quarterback division in football to the weakest quarterback division in football. It's the best looking dude in the bar here. You don't need to look like Zac Efron.
If the bar is the NFC South, Derek Carr is a 12.
Covino and Rich. This afternoon at 4. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
There is a vehicle fire blocking the HOV in left lanes. Loop 101 northbound near Baseline. Stop traffic from Elliott Road. We also have an accident. This is Loop 202 eastbound near Dobson Road on the Red Mountain in Mesa. A vehicle fire is partially blocking the off-ramp. That's a check of the roadways.
This report is sponsored by E.D. Marshall Jewelers. Don't sell your jewelry for scrap. At E.D. Marshall Jewelers, we need your fine jewelry, watches, and coins, and we'll pay the highest possible prices. Find us online at edmarshallbuys.com. Our new store hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B every Thursday as they broadcast live 1 to 4 from one of the 4 Valley Twin Peaks. Tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks to win a man card. For this week's location, head to rockandmanuch.com. That's Thursdays at Twin Peaks.
Shopping for a mortgage? Big banks can be a big hassle. Call GC Global Capital and work with a local team of mortgage experts for great rates and lower fees, more options, and faster closings. Don't let your dream home purchase turn into a nightmare. Call the professionals at GC Global Capital, 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital, your local mortgage professionals. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino Arizona.
Golfers, teed up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
They say there are 2 things you can't avoid, death and taxes, but they don't know about AC Doctors Heating and Cooling. I have an AC Doctors air filtration system, a new AC, and I work out, so I'm a doctor of sorts. I might live forever. And taxes? Well, I just had a brand new AC unit installed with a $2,000 federal tax credit, not to mention thousands of dollars in rebates, discounts, and utility savings. So do what the doctor ordered. An apple a day and call AC Doctors at 602-767-7435 or visit theacdoctors.com for details.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
The city's been waiting on this. It's a big day. We'll reschedule the party. I'm sure they'll be back. People that missed out on tonight, I try to give them something to make it better, but we're still anticipating his debut here.
That's Devin Booker, who, to Manuch's point earlier, has really taken his game to another level. It's really good to see him coming out of his shell and really performing at this level we've never seen before.
He hasn't done much all season.
No, he really hasn't.
Breakout.
I mean, you may even consider him maybe the player of the year for the Suns right now. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see as soon as KD's back. Interact, need a check, make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Always at learnerrow.com. Here's what's on tap locally. You got Predators in town to face the Yotes at 7 o'clock. That's on Valley Sports, Arizona. On the Pac-12 Network, Stanford and Arizona. That's at 7 o'clock at McHale North up there in Vegas as the Red Army. The Wildcats will be in rare form, I'm sure. And then Arizona State at also up there afterwards. That's a 9:30 local start for us. 8:30 up there in Las Vegas. That is on ESPN. So Arizona State, USC, national television tonight for everybody out here. Again, time changes for everybody on
Saturday
night. So we'll be finally East Coast. We'll be on the same as 3 hours as L.A., Vegas.
Yep.
That's going to make life
finally
a little
that'll be
easier.
it forever. Which leads me to our State 4A Roofing Get Your Call question of the day. Devin Booker is averaging 38 points per game the last 4 games. Last 4 games. Is this because of Kevin Durant being on the team?
No, because Kevin didn't play yesterday, so it'd be 3 games.
Okay, well, let me just your choices were go to at Roc and Manuch on Twitter.
No, I didn't vote on this.
Yes / much more motivated, or no, it's his normal game.
It is
his
normal
game. So how are the people voting? 50, almost 60% voted yes, much more motivated, which I voted, and no, it's his normal game. 41.7%. So almost 60%. I just refreshed that. Bang, there it is. Rock, if you vote.
No, I'm going to go on it right now because, we didn't promote it today. We didn't say it one time ever.
Yeah, why is that?
And we've only
Are you afraid that people are going to disagree with you?
And our sample size.
Yeah.
Sadly, because we didn't promote it, we didn't talk about it, we didn't tweet it out or nothing. Only 12 people.
Yeah,
so your sample size to your question didn't go anywhere.
Well, 60% to 40%. I think that the message is there that they feel like I feel.
Oh, we have 13 votes. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And it's 53.8 to 46.2. So I don't know.
Closing the gap.
Yes, his sample size so small.
But let me just go and read about which says more. 50 yes, much more motivated. More.
Oh, now we got 14 votes. See, we didn't promote it. now it's starting to get going there.
Whatever.
So tomorrow we want to recap.
Yeah, because
and I do think. Well, the question is just it's phrased wrong.
It's misleading.
It is misleading. Devin Booker is averaging 38 points per game the last 4 games.
Yes,
is because of Kevin Durant being on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You should have said when Kevin's in the lineup, or is it just he's on the roster? Because you could go back because he signed a couple weeks ago.
Sure, got it.
And Devin was playing really well then too.
Yeah. Okay, but
so it's my point.
So I should say since he's starting, maybe it should.
Yeah. In 3 games. In 3 games, not 4.
Yeah, but I mean the last.
You got to be accurate. I mean, State 48 pays a lot of money to have this question
here's
every
the
day.
thing. Yeah, Devin, but you had Kevin Durant was going to be starting, and so you got Devin Booker's juiced up. He's ready to go. He doesn't know until 2 minutes ago. So I think my point proven here, he is jacked up. He's motivated. He's ready to go win a championship.
The only person that is literally going to agree with this is probably your dad who's listening to that. And that is it. Because that normally is the person who agrees.
And my 50 other relatives that are probably listening here as well. They're going to.
Hey, we're finishing up here at Twin Peaks in Phoenix on Camelback. This is our home every Thursday at one of the 4 Valley locations, soon to be 5. And it's our home all next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We will be at Twin Peaks, Glendale, Camelback, Tempe, and Scottsdale. Monday, we're always at CAZ Sports Bar. But we got a bracket contest again. Win 910 on 910 and your height and beer in Dos Equis. Great promotion. It's our 18th year doing the fan pick'em, so you'll see it. It's all over our website at Roc and Manuch, fanpick'em.com, or Win 910 on 910. We're really excited to team up with Twin Peaks once again and Dos Equis. It's free to enter, and we'll be broadcasting from Twin Peaks. So, for the guys,